Well, let's see if this microphone's on. Excuse me. Got to clear my throat and everything. Let's see if the microphone is on and working. That appears to be in order. How are we doing tonight? How about I say that so it's intelligible? How are we doing tonight? You know, I'm probably just like a lot of you. I have the song I Would Do Anything for Love stuck in my head. But of course, I have the same part everybody else has stuck in their head. The only part of the song everybody knows. And I would do anything for love. I'd run out of hell and back. I know I'm going to get some of the words wrong, so just point that out in the comments in the chat. And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Yes, I could do anything for love. I would do anything for love, but I just won't do that. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Hey, Sness, welcome to the stream. Well, I don't know if I should welcome you to the stream or not. You're telling me I shouldn't be streaming. Yeah, I've heard that a lot at SNES, and I've done both, and it doesn't really seem to make any difference for my channel. It probably will once, once I become the multi... Oh, you know what? Should I erase? No, let's not erase. Let's just start. But yes, I've heard that from multiple sources, and like I said, from my experience, I think what it really comes down to is at this point, if I cut out the streaming, my viewership's going to go down. I don't think viewership on my videos will be impacted other than they probably won't be recommended as much. I know if my viewership goes down, success breeds more success, and less views breeds even more less views, or even lesser views, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. I am ruined after Super Mario 35. Because they fixed some of the physics in Super Mario 35, and it is just brutal to go back now and play the original Super Mario Brothers. They didn't fix it all, but they fixed it enough to where... There we go. I know I missed another flower for points. Oh, see, I'm trying to get my timing down there. Do I know the meaning of that song? You know what? I probably heard it a long time ago, but no, I don't know the meaning of the song other than there's probably something he wouldn't do for love. Is it pay for it? That used to be my joke. Well, not my joke, but I probably heard that a while back, but that used to be my go-to response for that. That's what he wouldn't do for love. I wouldn't do a lot of things for love. I like to do, well, passion, yes. But passion's different than love, right? There was a, You can tell me what the meaning is of that song because I honestly don't remember. I remember... it was one of my older brothers loved Meatloaf. And had that, I don't know if that's the song he played the most of, but that's the song that he played a lot of. I should probably not be using all the shortcuts in this, but I'm going to because I don't particularly enjoy the first Super Mario Brothers. Ah. Yeah, no comment to that, SNES, but thank you. You know what, and that's the thing, I'm sure there's other people who have different, who think that means something different. But thank you for keeping it TVPG. You know, actually, it's kind of funny that we started out with something a bit more adult, because I was just thinking, I should put up like a, oh, what's that called? A rating up in the corner, and every time I say a swear word, or... It doesn't happen often, but it does happen every once in a while. Or if I say something risque, I should change the rating. Start out at TVY, then go to Y7, then go to TVG. Right now we're at a TV14, thanks to SNES's comment. Eight Lakitu, or Lakitu, or however you pronounce his name. Hate him. Hate him with a passion. Can't believe he was an original creation to Super Mario Brothers back in the day. So you're saying that I should not be singing the song? Hey, Montrose Ross, welcome to the stream. Very sad this week. We lost two more celebrities. One, well, I guess I was fond of both, but one of them I was particularly fond of. He's one of my favorite hosts. I guess I don't really have an unfavorite host of Family Feud. But Louis Anderson passed away. He doesn't sing a song, though. At least not that I'm aware of. All I know is that his impression. If you guys, when the pandemic started, oh, I wish I had that video clip. It's probably copyright claimed. There's a video that I saw, Amazon Prime. I don't know if I just noticed it around that time, but around the time we had our lockdowns back in March of 2020, that April, I started watching old Louis Anderson Family Feuds on Amazon Prime. Yes, I was bored by then. So bored out of my mind, I was watching Family Feuds on demand from the 90s. Or late 90s, early 2000s. But anyway, and the first episode I remember watching, or one of the first, was Louis Anderson was doing Fast Money. And by the way, this is Louis Anderson. This is my impersonation of him introducing himself in Family Feud. Hi everyone, I'm Louis Anderson. Welcome to Family Feud. I follow that up with a question. I don't know why he was let go as the host. Oh, dang timing. This just become... I don't usually enjoy the first Super Mario Brothers, but this one just got a lot less enjoyable. I forgot where I'm at now. Everything's thrown off. I lost my fire flower. So anyway, to finish my story. Hey, Roes, welcome to the stream as well. And of course, now that I've started streaming... Okay, I was gonna say, now that I've started streaming, people are gonna start texting me to no end. Instead of watching me on the stream. But anyway, so to finish my story, one of the first episodes that they had, this must have been one of Louis Anderson's first episodes of Family Feud. During Fast Money, this lady came up with an answer for, name something you stock up on in case of a hurricane. No joke, her answer was toilet paper. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, the audience, her family, everybody thought it was a horrible answer. And yes, it is not a good answer. I thought for sure that she was going to get points on the board. So this is 1999. I'm watching this in April of 2020. He's going to turn back, isn't he? No, he's not. So anyway, everyone thought it was such a horrible answer, and of course, yes, she got no points for it. Because nobody responded toilet paper. You don't stock up on toilet paper in case of a hurricane. But I guarantee you, 2020 started out so wonderful for that lady because she was probably ridiculed for that answer for the last 21 years. Fast forward from 1999, wherever they filmed that, to the year 2020. And at least for the first part, she was able to tell everybody, ha, not such a ridiculous answer after all. The toilet paper all disappeared. I wonder what that lady is up to today. She was probably in her mid-20s back in the day, so add 21 years to that. She's probably married with kids, or because she gave such a horrible answer, she probably never got married. But I think it's funny because it was considered such a ridiculous answer and nobody said it, but as soon as we had a disaster, what disappeared? Every bit of tech and the toilet paper. I knew it. I was gonna say, as soon as I jump, that thing's gonna start launching more bullet bills. Oh, that was so close. I am not usually that good at the platforming at this game. Oh, that worked out somehow. Come on, mushroom. Nope. They never give you anything useful in these bonus areas. Yeah, that was Louis Anderson. And by the way, if you're wondering what SNES is talking about in the back chat, I don't know if you guys can see it, but he was talking about the song I was singing. I said I was singing the Meatloaf. I said I have the same song everybody else has stuck in their head. And not only that, I have the same part of that song that everybody has stuck in their head. The only part of that song anybody knows. It's and I would do anything for love. Right, no, I'm really upset I don't have my fire flower for this one. I really am. I am really upset I don't have a fire flower. I forgot where it is in this level too. It's because of the Hammer Bros. This is going to end my run through of this game. I didn't beat the first Super Mario Brothers until I was in my 20s because of this frickin' level. I was too young when it was relevant back in the day. Like, yeah, this is... I think this is the part I always have my brothers beat. Anyway. And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. See how they're always just... That had to be within 1 pixel. Come the freak on. But to answer your question, Snesk, why are you asking? Ah! I'm gonna die again here in a little bit and start from the very beginning. I like how they added a medieval castle to the background of this level. Okay. 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 See, I learned something from Super Mario Bros. 35. But then here's the thing, if you don't... I don't know how I survived that. If you don't... Dang it! If you don't kill these people, they will keep running towards you. They just keep walking towards you. All the way back at the beginning. Mother puss bucket. I don't know why, but that's... About ready to switch to Super Mario Bros. 2. You know that's a bad day when you want to play Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't see a problem with Super Mario Bros. 2. I know a lot of people from back in the day. Why do they throw it just where it looks like it's in that brick? There we go. We're not going to save it. I don't want to save and continue. I don't want to save and quit. I just want to quit. Good night. That's what I need save states for. That is ridiculous. You thought he was creepy, or you're probably talking about Louis Anderson. Hi everyone, welcome to the Family Feud. He's got a very thick Chicago accent, so I guess it doesn't sound as creepy to me. It almost sounds like Chicago. Alright, let's go. We're going to Super Mario Bros. 2 now. And by the way, I'm going to play a Super Nintendo game here in a little while after I get through this game that I've never played before, and you're going to be surprised that I've never played the game I'm going to pop in here in a little bit before, ever. I've owned it for about the last 6 years, 7 years. And I'll say this, I guess I popped it in once and I played through the first level, and I really thought to myself, what is this? I thought Super Mario Bros. 2... Actually, back in the day, I never realized how different Super Mario Bros. 2 is from the first one. I was too young, really. I just thought, okay, well, here's Princess Peach, here's Mario, so this is Mario. Like, I didn't even think anything of it, like, the mechanics are you pick up stuff and throw them. Even in the first game, you couldn't pick up anything. Do you think that actually influenced... See, I'm going all over the place with my stories today. Do you think that the ability to pick up Koopa shells evolved from this game? This game had a lot of influences on the rest of the series, but I just thought to myself, I'm like, well, they tried something new. Why would they make the same game twice? And yes, I agree with them remaking Super Mario Bros. 2 and not bringing it over to the US. I think The Lost Levels is probably the worst Mario game to date that I've ever played. It feels like a ROM hack more than it feels like a actual game. Alright, so I put a lot of stuff out there. Let's see what you guys got in the chat. Wasn't into Mario. Part 2. Part 3 was the 1-for-1. Sorry for the tab one. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 is perhaps... I keep saying... Yeah, I'm not gonna say perhaps. I call it my favorite game of all time. It's the #1. It's the game I can play over and over and over again. It is challenging, though. The first Super Mario Bros. Is challenging, but what I don't like about the first Super Mario Bros. Are the physics feel like they're broken. I know they're intentionally made that way, but good lord, is it not fun to control Mario in that game. This game, the physics are a bit broken because every character feels a little slippery. And it gets really challenging in the later levels because of the slipperiness of each character. But of course, you're going to see me play as Princess Peach. I learned a long time ago, probably learned from my brothers, never to play as Mario in this game. Also, never play as Toad. They tried to get me to play as Luigi in this game, but Luigi is so floaty. Oh, he's just terrible. But of course, when you see what character he's actually based on in the original game before it came over. By the way, everybody knows this game is like a... I just realized I have 18 lives starting out this game. Now I have 19. I don't know why. I need to quit grabbing those coins. It's just a habit. I just love doing it. Who is the other dude that hosted Family Feud? The one that used to kiss women all the time? Montress? That was Richard Dawson. And yes, I grew up watching some of his reruns. And yes, those are also on Amazon Prime. Not only is the kissing wildly inappropriate, he also, every time there's a family on there from a foreign country, he mimics the accent right back to them. They had an Indian family, a family from India on there, and I kid you not, he just goes for it. It's every time they give an answer, he repeats it back to them in the same, well, in what he considers to be the same accent as the way they gave it. Culturally insensitive, I don't know if you call that gender insensitive. I think you could call it sexual harassment nowadays. It's just one of those things where at the time, I mean, I was a kid when I saw him, so that's my excuse. I had no idea there was anything that was supposed to be different. Yes, his name was Richard Dawson. He also played... His best movie role ever was he played in The Running Man. He was the host of like the Hunger Games game show they have going on in that movie. And he did a fantastic job with that one. He's already creepy anyway. Creepy old guy kissing all over the... And it's not just that he kisses married women or, you know, women in their 20s or 30s. He goes after the 12-year-olds. And here's something I had no idea about until after I started watching the until I started watching them on Amazon Prime. I actually looked it up. There was a contestant that was on there when she was 12, and the year he left Family Feud or got fired from, I don't know how it ended, in 1985, he married that contestant when she turned 18. So, yeah. But they were married until his death. So, I mean, you can talk about inappropriateness all you want, but I guess I know people who got married at appropriate times where their marriage didn't last more than 6 months. Yes, Richard Dawson Gamer 72, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, he was, I didn't know this, he was actually British. I thought, I don't know, he doesn't have a very thick accent from being British. He almost sounds American. Except for there's a couple of times I noticed, I thought he was pretending to have a British accent whenever there would be no answers on there. So if you said, all right, show me potato salad, and it's not, and you go, oh, not there. You'd say it like that. I thought he was, like, mimicking that accent. Turns out that was probably closer to what his accent actually was. Yeah, I know, I didn't need to carry this the whole time. Yeah, I need to focus more on the game and less on the gabbing. More gaming, less gabbing, right? Hey, Xenon Ronan, welcome to the stream. Super Mario 3 is still the best game. Thank you for your support. Some people say, who disagree with me, that I am fueled by nostalgia goggles with Super Mario Bros. 3, because I do point out it's one of the first games I remember playing, but notice I didn't say it was the first. It was one of the first games I ever remember playing. Don't screw this up, Tyler. Don't screw this up. There we go. I also like how they added the warp scenes in here when you go to different ones. Gotti Jr., what's up with you? Or should I say, hey, what's going on? We're talking about Meatloaf and Louis Anderson, which turned into Richard Dawson. Because I was talking about Louis Anderson hosted Family Feud back in the day, and when the pandemic first started, or we had I don't want to say first started, but when we had our statewide lockdowns and the school I work for was shut down by the governor. Every school in Illinois was shut down by the Illinois governor at that point in time. Oh, good deal. I thought the mushroom was down there. Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Nope. I started watching the Louis Anderson Family Feuds on Amazon Prime. I don't know if they're still on there. I think the Richard Dawson ones are still on there because my friend and I watched a couple of those. It's been a couple months now. Sometime last year. It was around Thanksgiving. And oh yes, we were talking about the wildly inappropriate actions on his part. It wasn't just that he kissed women, it was... The whole thing was just, yeah. Creepy. Richard Dawson was hilarious on Match Game. I hope, do they have those on streaming somewhere, or maybe a couple on YouTube I can watch? He was like considered the game show host of like the 70s and the 80s. Family Feud, I did not realize this. Family Feud was designed specifically for Richard Dawson. Like that was... Family Feud didn't exist before then, and it's not that they sought him out to be the host. It was... Somebody approached him and said, we want to design a game show around your strengths. And we're going to put you in your own game show, pretty much. So Family Feud was the result of that. So Family Feud today wouldn't exist if it weren't for Richard Dawson. On more than one level, not just because he was the first host or anything. By the way, you guys notice how masterful timed I have that now? If only I could play the rest of the games like that. Here's what I mean when the characters are slippery. Because right here, on ice it's even worse. But there's a point that I'll mess this up. Yeah, I just did. On, fall off the whale. Yeah. There's been several times where I've died here because I ran it. If you run into the stream of water when it's going up, it kills you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gotti. Glad you're feeling better, but yeah, that is tough. Battling it for 2 weeks, still feeling kind of blah, but tested. Negative finally. That is awesome. Glad to hear you're getting over it. Sorry you had to go through it. I mean, I kind of feel like it's a matter of time before we all have to get tested for it. I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but well, I didn't stream during that time. I don't know if I had COVID or not because I didn't feel well enough to even leave the house, much less go and test. But if I would have known, basically this year was the first year they've documented people who had both that and the flu. So I'm guessing, I'm calling it Fluvid. That's probably more likely what I had because I didn't have a dry cough. I had a fever, but I also had... I don't know why I did that. There's nothing in here. I had a fever and I had enormous amounts of fatigue, but I was coughing up large globs of fluid. Could have been pneumonia. Also could have been bronchitis, which is what I was thinking. But like I said, I was not well enough to even leave the house to test. I eventually tested negative. But that was over Christmas, and I had to stay away from my family anyway, because it didn't matter if it was the real thing, the 19, or if it was the flu. My dad had just had surgery. By the way, if you guys are wondering, because you guys have been asking about him, my dad is doing great. He is back at... He doesn't have a full-time job. He does bus driving. Ah. I gotta remember, hang on, where this... Oh, is it where he's at? Nope, that's nothing. Here it is. But anyway, I couldn't be around my dad anyway, even no matter what illness I had, because he was immunocompromised from his surgery. So that was more or less what I was concerned about. I was already off for Christmas vacation, so it didn't really matter as long as I stayed away from everyone. And so that's what I did. But yes, the recovery time for this was a lot longer. I'm still not up to 100%. You'll hear me still clear my throat. Anybody else call these things cupcakes? I really think these things are cupcakes. I'm glad you're feeling better, Gotti. Never beat Mario 1 or 2 or 3, but love to play them all the time. Well, that's indicative of good game design. But I have beat Mario 1, although I didn't in this stream. You guys have seen me do it on stream before. I beat Mario 1, but I didn't beat Mario 1 until I was in my 20s on an emulator. Because I can't get past 8-3, even still to this day, very easily. You guys saw that's where it ended my run today. Unless I have the Fire Flower. And I did something stupid and lost it on 8-1. Usually I lose it on 8-2. But I have little to no problem beating Super Mario Bros. 2. But I will say this, Super Mario Bros. 2 is a chore to beat if you do not know where the shortcuts are. I don't even know if I've ever beat Super Mario Bros. 2 without using the what in the world happened there? Without using the warp zones. And now I'm gonna mess myself up by... Yeah, nope. Well, no, I just messed myself up because now... Yep. I gotta hold down the button so I can jump. And there we go. Oh! Oh! See? I messed myself up. Hey, Chris. Welcome to the stream. Everyone in the chat. Told by a few people who say it feels like a dream when they were sick. I'll say this. It does... Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I thought I was being clever. I'm being stupid is the thing. I know what I'm supposed to do, and for some reason I keep ignoring what I'm supposed to do. And yes, I know there is a way where if you follow those birds the other way, there's a way to bypass part of this level, but I just don't. I'm just waiting for the one bird here. Yeah, that guy throws you off. You need a super jump to get up to this ledge. There we go. When I started the stream, I had a song for Meatloaf stuck in my head. Anybody want to guess which one? It's the same one everyone has stuck on their head. And I'll sing it a bunch of times on the stream because it's the same part that everyone gets stuck on their head. The only part of the song they know. Beat Mario 1 and 3, but not Mario 2. Interesting. That was bro, worst symptoms you ever had. Actually, yeah, no problem. That's one of the things people, I don't know, who've heard me talk about that stuff here. I don't like to talk about it often because, yes, I do have opinions about everything that's going on. No, it doesn't jive with everything that's popular, but I will say this. I don't know, the people who don't recognize that it's a real, like it's an actual disease. And I think the flu sucks, to be honest. Anyone who gets, I mean, even if someone said, oh, it's some people, I've heard some people say it's not as bad as the flu. I don't agree with that. I've heard some people say, oh. See what I mean about slippery? And it's because I'm not paying attention. There we go. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. But when people say, oh, it's just like the flu, I'm like, I think we should be taking precautions with the flu because I think the flu stinks as well. Actually, the way I've been describing it is there's a quote from The Big Bang Theory, which, yes, I realize The Big Bang Theory is not a medical journal. But there's a quote from The Big Bang Theory that says, if influenza was only contagious after the onset of symptoms, it would have died out years ago. Somewhere along the way, Homo habilis would have figured out to kill the guy with the runny nose. I like that quote. I mean, basically, I was using that as part of my argument to say that you can't stop the spread. You can slow it down, but there's almost no way you can stop it. It's one of those diseases that's just too communicable, to use one of my college learned terms. And this area only sucks because it's very easy to, yep, if I land one right there, it's very easy to slide right off the edge there when you're trying to throw stuff. This is, oh my gosh, it's over 30 years of playing this game. I just said 20 years. This is over 30 years of me playing this game over and over again. Now, here might end my run through. Actually, 7-2 could do it too. But we'll take a look here. There's a part of this stage that I think is not very fun to get through. And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. I would do anything for love. I should be singing songs from video games, but a lot of songs from video games don't have words. Watch this. Yep, there was nothing there. There was nothing freaking there, but oh no. It's got to spawn there after I try to go after it. There is a way to go through there without taking damage. It's just not worth it to me. I'm okay with going in as Tiny Peach. I would do anything. Oh yeah, this is also a pain. Yep. You got to use one of those to stack it up. Let out the other. I don't know what I call those fuzzies, but they're like electrified fuzzies, I guess. I forgot is that what they look like also in the original Nintendo version? Alright. Ah, that's what I was trying to do last time, but oh no. I don't know why this is the lane I chose, but let's go over. Oh. What the what? Oh yes, also this is a game that will point out, that will magnify if you buy cheap controllers. Right now I'm using an official Super Nintendo controller. If you buy a cheapo modern recreation one, the D-pads on them are screwed up slightly. Not all of them, but a lot of them have those screwed up D-pads where when you press up, it actually is it's not gonna necessarily just go up. It's always gonna go to the left or to the right. And that annoys the crap out of me on those ladders. I didn't know that until I got one of those clone consoles for my brother when his kids were little. And he wanted him to be able to play Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, so I got him a, I forgot what those things are called, but it had composite out on it. Because even back in 2005, people still use composite TVs. But the controllers, I had to go and buy real Super Nintendo controllers because... By the way, that wasn't that bad. This is the last level, by the way, if you guys have never seen it. I'm not speedrunning this game, but I can usually beat this game in about 20 minutes. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Just got it. But the way I'm playing it, it'll take me an hour. But I won't do that. And that's the thing, I'm going to start singing random parts of the song. That was risky. That was also risky. Yep. I'm not doing anything right today. Good evening, OXO to you. Everybody reacts different, and that is the truth, Gotti. Everybody does react different, because I'm going to tell you this. My entire family, with the exception of my mom now, has gotten it. My entire family. Including my 5-year-old niece. My 5-year-old niece and my 19-year-old nephew when he was 19 at the time. Oh! No. No! I could have used that. Both of them had like 0 symptoms. My brother had a lot of body aches and back pain, along with I'll say a little fatigue. Wasn't necessarily... But that was it. He didn't have a fever. I didn't have a cough. Everybody else had a cough. They're like, oh, how about that cough? That cough was something. I'm like, coughing was the only symptom I didn't have, pretty much. I had the fatigue. Good. That other one, I'm going to show you what that other one is here in a second. I don't know why I'm grabbing the coin, because I can't use it. Here's what this other one is. Ah! And it still got me. It's a bomb that instantly explodes. There's a way to avoid getting hit, but I'm not playing at that magnitude tonight. But yes, plus 1. Thumbs up on it hits everybody different. T-Tech Trab, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, Mr. T-Tech Trab? Sorry, I use the pronoun. I'm trying not to. So if you prefer something different, let me know. Many of the enemies in Mario 2 is just a Mario dream. That is exactly right. You know, I have a, I don't want to call it Lord of the Rings-esque, but it's a more serious adaptation of if they were going to do a Super Mario Brothers movie again, which they are. I'm very shocked they are. I had a story based on the plot lines of the actual games that actually followed along with what you're supposed to do almost in each game. This game had the most material to pull from, I found out. I wrote like a little 14-page little outline. It was part of a creative writing project I had to do in college. Actually, that's the way it started. And then after a while, I thought it was just kind of fun just to imagine what it would be like if I wrote like a little story treatment, a Hollywood story treatment for, oh, darn it. For, this is not going to last. This is not going to last. So in the first one, they get the princess is kidnapped. They go to find her. In the end, they have to end up fighting a dragon. It's basically like I don't know how to describe it. It's basically like a little medieval folk tale. Is kind of how it goes. And of course, there's elements of magic. Oh, the fact that they used the chocolate version of this guy. Yes, that's what I call this version. I don't call him the poop version, I call him the chocolate version. Although... There we go. He's supposed to give me a key. Isn't he? Alright, you guys have to excuse me for just one moment. The heat just turned on, and I forgot to shut the vent that blows right at this chair, so excuse me, I am sweating and dying here. There we go. Don't know if you can hear me. Oh. I probably broke the illusion because I do what you imagine everyone else does in the Zoom meetings. I don't put on pants for these things, I just got shorts on. They're basketball shorts, not underwear. Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. Leslie McDowell, welcome to the stream. I'll say you have some valid points in there, Leslie. Again, I'm not one to, like I said, I don't like to get in debates into it because my whole go-to response for this whole thing has been, I am not a medical expert. That's it. So you can take everything with the fact that I am not a medical expert. If you are, more power to you. Yeah, I can tell you this. When did I get infected? I got infected before, and then I got the shot, I got the 2-dose shot and a booster, and then I got it again. Supposedly, I guess we'll never know for sure if that's what I got. I also got my flu shot this year, so I got 4 shots, still got it. I can't really tell you. I'm pretty sure, maybe it's because I knew what to expect, but the second time I got it, it was a lot more mild than the first time. The only thing that hit me worse this time was the fatigue lasted longer. But yes, ROS, I can see that. Yep. Like I said, these are all valid points. I'm not hearing anything that's completely out of left field or anything that's untrue. But I do know the more you talk about it in the chat, the more likely YouTube's going to step in. Because, of course, YouTube, even though they're not a medical expert, an algorithm, to my knowledge, is not a medical expert, is going to start silencing or adding to the conversation. And it's a conversation I don't want to have. You guys are welcome to it. Let's go back. Oh yeah, that's a more relevant comment, Leslie. Me and my friend always knew Mario 2 wasn't a Mario game. We didn't know anything about Doki Doki Panic, but we knew something was up. I was talking about that at the beginning of playing this game. I had no clue. Like, nothing struck... I thought that nothing about this game struck me as it's not Mario. I do know a lot of people who think, that's gonna kill me. Oh, I got so lucky there. Now, the problem is, I can't go... Oh. The problem is, I can't let him go off screen, or it resets him. It resets his hit counter. That was easier than it usually is. Oh, please, come to Papa. There we go. And then the... Oh... I say the best thing you can do with this key is kill these things. But then, oh, it didn't hit me. Very shocked it didn't hit me. Alright, and now... the most difficult, the most scary enemy in the game. I won't say the most difficult. The most unexpected enemy in the game. The portal you've been using to get to everything else finally starts attacking you. Like I thought it would in the very first time I played this game. And yes, I have killed that guy in a spot where you can't get in. He got like stuck halfway on a wall. All right, so I don't know if I should just let him kill me, or if I should try to beat this as Tiny Peach. What do you guys think? Because I feel like I'm gonna get halfway through, and there is a strategy to this guy. Oops, right there. I should have been able to grab that, but that's right. Right here. Every other time that thing fires... Oh, my timing is way off. Yeah, I'm just going to let him kill me. The way I'm playing tonight, there's no way. Absolutely no way. Ooh. And you can catch those vegetables as well, but this is like the perfect spot for me to hang on to stuff. So now it's going to shoot out this way. Nope. Now... the key is, the more patience you have with this boss, the easier this boss becomes. There we go. The problem is, I also can't hear the music, and the music is how I keep my timing for these things. Because there's absolutely no way I can wear a headset and handle this at the same time for some reason. But anyway, yeah, and I was totally shocked. Believe it or not, there was a guy, I can't remember his real name, by the name of Irate Gamer. He was the first one to let me know that this game was not... that this game was a reskin of another Nintendo game. And yes, when I learned that, I was shocked. I was like, you're kidding me. I did know that after a while, I started noticing how different this game was, because nothing from this game makes it in any other game. Koopa / Bowser is the enemy on all the other ones. And I'm like, this guy is never seen again. Except for in Easter egg references and things like that. Nobody likes garlic. There's this onion. Nope, not yet. Nope, that was garlic. Ah, still not. So I could be underneath there grabbing more vegetables, but I found it's easier just for me to sit here and wait it out up here. This one's going to spawn to the left. No, it spawned to the right. Okay, this one's going to spawn to the left. There it is. Oh, I just realized that... I was like, oh... I just realized my capture card wasn't on or off. Like, please tell me I captured the ending. That's it, folks. That is the end of Super Mario Bros. 2. The controller thing sounds annoying. You've been using an 8-bit dough lately. Yeah, those are not cheap. Oh, look at that. Contributor. I have beaten 92 levels with Princess. Only 3 with Mario, 2 with Luigi, and of course 0 with Toad. Toad is useless in this game. Ah. Doing good. Mister is always good, bro. Yeah, see, that's why I called somebody by the wrong pronoun the other day, and they got really upset with me. To the point where they publicly decided to tell everyone that they've unsubscribed to me, and they couldn't believe I made such a mistake. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's all I can say, is I'm sorry. Chair is hot, so hot. It's not the chair, it's me. It's not even heating up the chair, it's like blowing right at the back of my head. So the chair feels cold, but yeah. I usually leave the vent open every once in a while down here because the basement, I'm in my basement right now, and it's so well insulated down here. If it's cold, it's going to stay cold. But if it's warm, it's going to stay warm for a while. So that's why I only leave that vent open every once in a while to get fresh air circulating down here. And that's pretty much it. And I forgot I left it open over the weekend. I think the story of the movie is just Bowser kidnaps the princess. See, and that's really what they need. And that's something they didn't have until like halfway through the original Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yes, out of everything in that movie, that was my problem. You guys can go on about problems you guys had with the original. Again, I didn't think there was anything wrong with that movie when I was younger. I obviously see the differences now. Hey, Xenon, Ronan, thank you so much for that. Loving your Neo Geo vids. Yep, they do take a lot of time and research to make, mainly because the less I grew up with a console, the more research I have to do about it. Because, and you'll hear me say this a lot in my reviews too, review scores, other reviewers, critic scores, I'll rely on those a bit more to give you what the general perception on things was like. And I'll give you, a lot of the reviews that I give you are my initial impressions. Like, I played this for a couple of hours for the first time this year, and I thought it was okay. And it could be that I didn't beat the game. There are some games I was able to beat in the first playthrough. It was kind of interesting. But yeah. Right on, Leslie. Like I said, it's okay. I think SNK got a new CEO or something. Should happen soon. Are you talking about the company now? Because SNK had to declare bankruptcy at some point. I haven't finished my research on it. I was researching for actually the King of Fighters. I was doing research for the King of Fighters, and I kind of leafed ahead about what happened to SNK. And they have an interesting history, actually. It's the end of the game, by the way, guys, not the end of the stream. I like how you can actually press start on this one, and now that I know how the hardware of the Nintendo Entertainment and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System works, I find this even more impressive because I thought it was impressive back in the day. Like, oh, they have like almost a full screen Mario being animated. But really, there's only a few sprites. Most of this image is static, but Mario's eyes, nose, mouth, and his covers when they go up and down, those are the only things moving. So it only took a few sprites to make all that happen. Because yeah, full screen animations on a Super Nintendo don't work out too well. I could probably spend 10 minutes trying to explain what I know about the graphics on the Super Nintendo just by using this screen. Kind of insane how that happens. Yep, it's like clockwork. nobody texts me any other day than on Monday nights when I'm streaming. And it's all people who are not watching the stream, so they can wait. Let's see here. If they don't do online stuff, Turf Masters, I'm going to jump in front of a bus. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Neo Turf Masters. I forgot who brought it up to me first. Leslie, I know you had mentioned I should try it. Whoever suggested that game to me so long ago and said they knew I was going to like it, you're correct. Neo Turf Masters is probably one I keep coming back to the most on that system. Like, if I just want to warm up and get a feel for the Neo Geo, I just knock out a few holes on Neo Turf Masters. It's actually, the version I have is Big Tournament Golf, which is the Japanese version. Because it's so much more expensive to get for your North American AES. Irate Gamer's real name is Chris Bors. That sounds correct too. I may be saying his last name wrong. But yes, you are correct. I was having a brain fart on it. But yeah, he did the video where I first saw somebody explain the difference between Super Mario Bros. 2 and Doki Doki Panic. He didn't do it in great detail, and I think the gaming historian went into a lot more detail about it. You guys haven't seen any of that, but yeah. Overreaction much? Sorry to hear about that pronoun thing. And that's what I said. I understand. It's the same thing. I mean, honestly, it's the same thing. It's a misunderstanding, but I get why people can fly off the handle with certain things, because if I misunderstandingly called you a stupid MFer, and I kind of meant it as a compliment, but you took it as an insult, I could see why you could take that as an insult, so I get it. People aren't robots. I don't know, I beat this game kind of like a robot, didn't I? I beat this game like artificial intelligence, and if you guys have seen... Let's go ahead and save and quit. And if you guys have seen where they teach an AI how to play Super Mario Brothers, you guys will know what I'm talking about, that it's not a compliment that I said I beat that like an AI. You mean to tell me he got that mad? Yeah, it wasn't instant. It was like, he got mad in the chat. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm still saying he. I don't know if it's he or she now, because all of it got messed up. And I have no harsh feelings towards this person. That's fine. Made a mistake. You guys have the right to do whatever you want with your own subscriber base. I cannot make the decision for you. So it's the same thing. You subscribed on your own, you unsubscribed on your own. I didn't tell you to do either one. You get what I'm saying? So, we're going to go back to this one. And we're going to turn on the capture. So that's kind of my opinion of it. I try not to let a lot of things affect me personally. Plus, I've actually heard something that was a good piece of advice. That was when someone comes to talk to you about something that you've done online, it's essentially telling them to tell them to keep that stuff online because this is real life. You know what I'm saying? Like there were so many things where, have we forgotten to teach people how to like how not to believe everything they read? That was the big thing that they told us about. I remember 6th and 7th grade they were really talking to us about different news sources and how some are more accurate than others and some have an implicit bias. And we talked about that in like 6th, 7th grade. Do they still do that? I know they didn't do it in my parents' generation because my parents seem to forget that all the time too. So that was the generation that was talked to. Don't believe everything you read in a book, but they believe everything they read written on Facebook. It's even got the name book in it. And I will be the first to say, don't believe everything I say. I was a history teacher for a while. I still consider myself, actually, I still teach history online, so technically, I am still a history teacher, at least until this May, when they shut down the school I work for due to lack of funding. That's not a joke, by the way, that's actually happening. Oh, love this opening theme. Let's let this play for a little while I catch up with the chat and I go on a rant. But I will be the first to say, question what I say, for how else will you learn otherwise? All learning begins with questioning. That's the Socrates, back in the ancient Greeks, they had that figured out. All learning begins with questioning. Now, and that's the same thing too. In the terrible twos, what is the thing a lot of parents complain about with their 2-year-old kids? As soon as they learn 2 words, the word no, and they start using it to everything. You want to go outside and play? No. Do you want to eat? No. Do you want chicken nuggets? No. You feed them chicken nuggets, they'll still eat them anyway. So, I mean, that kind of stuff. You want mac and cheese? No. Like, they learn all that. Then the other word they learn that drives parents crazy is why. And yes, kids are not using it to learn, but they're learning a little bit how to learn by questioning. Like, you need to pick up all your toys. Why? So the house isn't dirty. Why? So we don't look like we live in a pigsty, you know, that kind of thing. Now, I'm not going to say that's a good thing, but that there is questioning. You don't need to be forceful. You don't need to assume that your question is the right answer, though. That's another thing, too. That's a logical fallacy you can fall into. Roas, a teacher? No wonder you speak intelligent. I try to. And that's why I said you wouldn't know it to look at me sometimes, but I do have a college education. I actually have a master's degree. I don't point that out too often, because if I say that too often, people will expect better from me. Because there are things like on this, like I have a master's degree in education technology, and half the time I can't get this stream to work right. So to each, everybody has their own learning curve. I mean, although knock on wood, wherever I got it, it's okay. But yeah, that's where I talk about the questioning thing. Because yes, I told when I got hired into my history job, no joke, I said this in my interview and I still got the job. I said I'm a history teacher that cannot remember names, dates, and locations. And of course, my explanation, of course, now I have the interview team asking me, what does that mean? Or I think their first question was, how does that work? And that's one of the things where I said, it'll be very rare will be the day when a question on one of my tests in a history class, and this is still true to this day, rare is the day where any of the questions on my test will say, in what year was the Declaration of Independence signed? Here's what I will ask. We did actually, we did have kids learn and recite the preamble to the U.S. Constitution. And yes, we listen to the song still. But a more important question will be, the preamble to the Constitution guarantees us what rights as citizens? That's a better question than remembering what year was it signed. Oh, I'm not going to get enough coins. I need 5 more coins. So yes, there were some times where I would say, you know, in what order does certain events happen? Again, I won't ask what date. There were several times where I got very close to breaking that rule, but because those are easier questions. Those are questions that have finite oh no. Yes. All right. So you may find out here in just a second why I have a 5. I don't know exactly the pattern for the coin ship. There it is. But sometimes, when I get 55 coins on the first level, the hammer bro in this turns into a ship full of coins. I said ship. It's got a shipload of coins in it, too. Very cool. So I'm going to keep in mind. Keep in mind on no cursing. Oh, yeah, well, and that's the thing. That's... A lot of people will assume this. I mean, part of my thing is about, you know, the no cursing thing. And by the way, almost none of the students who I have taught in the past, or even still to this day, know that I do this. So, and they have yet to find me. A couple of them have, only because, I've had a few curious enough to Google, like, if you Google my name, this stuff's gonna come up. Or it should, anyway. Oh, why'd that happen? But really, that's my natural mode of thinking. My natural mode of thinking used to involve cursing a lot. When I grew up, like, I would say even starting at, like, 8 years old. In fact, I don't know if I can say this or not, but... when I was in a junior league bowling when I was 8 years old, and I got kicked off because every time I got a gutter ball, I said the F-bomb, and that was at 8 years old. So I used to curse a lot, and I don't know if I just made a conscious decision, but it's just it's not in my vocabulary anymore. I like using unnecessarily complicated words to describe things more so than curse words. Although, when appropriate, I will use a curse word. I just don't like to overuse them, because, again, it's kind of something that, you know, just like when writing an essay, I know that's only something you'll hear a teacher say, overuse of a word leads to less dramatic effect. And I, for one, really enjoy having the dramatic effect of some of the curse words. Anyway, I was talking about something about Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm probably getting a bit nostalgic because now I'm playing a game that I've played since childhood. Yeah, like I said, it's just my natural mode of thinking doesn't go to curse words anymore. I don't know when that changed. But of course, what didn't help me is my brother had a stutter when he was younger. That's going to be... Here we go. My brother had a stutter when he was younger, so to compensate for it, every time he felt like he was going to stutter, and he still does this to this day, he would throw in a curse word. Like he was trying to think of something. He's like, oh, what's that word? And then he'd throw in a... Instead of saying so many times, he'd start throwing in curse words as that just kind of cover up for it. When he was younger, it made himself seem cooler because he was cursing. You guys remember when cool kids used to curse all the time? And how do I already have a... How do I already have a frog suit? I must have said almost how many do I have to whistle? Because yes, I will play through this as far as... always mess up that last one. Coin ship. That's a better way of saying it. What did I just witness? Never seen that before? You've never seen the coin ship before? That's what I said. It's something. You definitely didn't learn that at Sunday school. That could be it too. I don't know. It's just... It just started doing it. I used to use a lot of like 1930s slang terms. Words that used to be considered curse words, but aren't anymore. I don't know where I learned that from. Just didn't make it. And I did get more enjoyment out of saying those words than I did out of doing whatever. But there are times where if I slam my finger in a car door, I'm gonna curse. It's gonna happen. That's another thing too, is I'm not easily, I'll say, upsettable. I don't get mad very easily. I have a very even-keeled personality, so sometimes instead of saying a curse word, I'll say, oh, my bad, that was my fault. Or I'll say, just not having a good day today, am I? That's also another thing, too, is I did make a conscious effort not to curse on the channel so much, because that was my only problem with some of my other favorite YouTubers of the time. Oh, no. Some of my favorite YouTubers of the time, I felt like I couldn't share with certain people who I wanted to do it because it kind of they curse like a sailor. Angry Video Game Nerd, just to name one. Then again, the name, I don't feel like it's inappropriate that he curses. I just feel like in certain contexts, I would not feel comfortable recommending that channel to other people if they like video games. And I haven't heard anyone say they've been disappointed, but there's been a couple of them where I've, at least on live stream, that I've unloosed. I don't think I have a video where I put it out. Unless I'm actually reading text in a game. Coin ship moved again. Going back through. Mr. Tamio, welcome to the stream. My prediction for the 2022 Super Mario Bros. Movie is the story with the Super Mario Bros. Anime, which you watched recently this week. I don't think I've seen that, Chris. Again, I'll have to ask if it's streaming anywhere. Is this the ROM hack? It is not, Damon. Sorry to disappoint you. This is not a ROM hack. This is my childhood cartridge. The one that we got back in 1993. And I think the only reason why my parents got this game is because for years I wanted a copy of Super Mario Bros. 2. And we didn't have one. So when my parents saw this come out, and I think they saw that it had 4 games in one, my parents saw this game's got extra value to it. It's got 4 games to keep them busy, not just 1. So yes, my parents were always suckered in with that language. They had 4 kids, so anytime they could bundle things together and save money, that's what they did. But I'll tell you what, this has probably got more playing time on than most of my Super Nintendo games as a kid. Yep, unmodified, and now here we're about to see the coin ship. This is one of my favorite things about Super Mario Bros. 3. Never heard Tyler can set an F-bomb. Nope, I don't think now that's one I will try not to let off the stream. There'll be a couple times where maybe I will. And it's kind of funny, the people who I have on my streams, actually particularly Ryan, I don't know if he likes me saying this or not. He likes to curse when he makes... Oh, no! He likes to curse when he does something bad in a video game. That's just because he is hyper competitive. You wouldn't know it to look at him now, but he was actually kind of a jock when he was in high school. He used to play baseball and whatnot. So, and I think that kind of gaming comes with cursing a little bit. So to say that you don't curse at all when you game, I think we've all done it at least once. If you guys never seen that, that's the ship full of coins. You can get that in the original as well. It's not exclusive to the Super Mario All-Stars edition. But the only way I know how to get it, there's more than one way to get it. The only way I know how to get this, the coin ship, there we go, is to get 55 coins in level 1. The variable changes somehow, but yeah, I'm completely out of spaces in there. Alright, so I'm going to beat the first world boss. But I'm going to do it in the frog suit just because I can. Oh, it's terrible. The king has been transformed. Please find the magic wand so we can change him back. That's good. Some YouTubers do it, and I read the comments, people saying that they have young ones watching them. So it's good you respect it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too. I mean, gaming is a younger person's hobby anyway, right? And I mean, I do think it sets a better example. There's a lot to be said about the mindset of a gamer. Whee! I don't know why it amuses me that Mario's in the frog suit in this level. Because I don't think I've ever seen him in the frog suit in this level. But the fun's going to end because I can't stand the frog suit. Can't stand the frog suit. Not even in the frog suit levels where they work. And of course I like making him not walk, but glide towards the front of the screen. Oh. That's what I get for trying to use the fireball method. Fireball. About the Neo Geo Super Sidekicks 1 video game on the PlayStation 4 the other week, and you struggle with the first match. Seems too difficult even when put in the level 1. So, just to let you know, Mr. Tamiya, the one I've played the most is Super Sidekicks 2. I have played the first one, and yeah, I don't think I won my first match on it, but because I know the second one, I like the second one better. That would be the one. 2, 3, and 4 are all very similar, with 2 and 3 being the most similar. I would recommend 2 just because that's the one I've played the most. But yeah, I don't think the original Super Sidekicks is as good as the rest of them. Dryerlint, welcome to the stream. Anyone play the Pico 8? I have not. Oh, I put in the in front of it. Anyone play Pico 8? No, I have not. Yes, the SNES version. This is Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES, yep. Super Nintendo version. And now we gotta listen to the desert music. The anime is on archive.org? Really? And it's dubbed? Nice. I might check that out. I say that with the intention of checking it out, but we all know it probably won't happen. But it would be an interest. I would like to check it out sometime. Really dig the ROM hacks though, like an arcade ports of NES games. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. There's ROM hacks to me are hit and miss, but oh, I can't remember the actual name of it. Is it Super Mario Brothers 3 Mix or is it Remix? There's a really good ROM hack of Super Mario Brothers 3 on the Famicom. It doesn't work with the Famicom converter. Oh, what is the name of that thing? I have it sitting over on the shelf. I might grab it when I go to the bathroom and just to show it. It is literally the best ROM hack I have personally played. And I had to buy a copy of it just so I can play it on the original hardware. I played through like the first 3 levels, and I thought, this is too good to be on emulator. I gotta try it. So, Pac-Man Championship Edition for the NES? How does that work? That thing has slowdown on the PlayStation 4. I think it's intentional though. Track and Field for the NES? Oh yeah. Well, that was that with the power pad and the 3 game cartridge? Again, my parents were bargain shoppers, so that's the version we had of Super Mario Brothers. Came with Duck Hunt and World Class Track Meet. So not Track and Field, it was World Class Track Meet. There we go. 8-Bit SNK Boy, welcome to the stream. Kingsport Tool Review, welcome to the stream as well. Yes, love Pac-Man Championship Edition on the PS4. There's only 1 Sidekicks. Oh, that's terrible. Do they have it on the Switch? I thought they had more than one of those available when I last looked. Maybe it's by region, though. eShop. I'm gonna look at the Switch and just see it, because I thought I remembered seeing more than one somewhere. Maybe it was on the eShop. Oh, that's the only one they have is the first one. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, it's the same on the Switch. I don't remember my login off the top of my head for the PSN login, so I can't look that up, but yeah. Is it called 3Mix? It could be. Alright, you're going to make me look it up. Alright, hang on. You know what? Again, I will be right back. I have to use the restroom anyway, but I'm going to go grab that cartridge and see what it's actually called. It could be called 3Mix. That'd be nice. All right. Drum roll, please. It is called Super Mario Brothers 3Mix. You are correct. And it's got a very official looking cart. The only problem is this thing does not work on a North American NES using the converter. So I am personally saving this for when I get a Famicom. And when I get the Famicom, I'll see if I can hook it up to, oh, you know what I should get? I should get the top-loader Famicom. Well, they're all top-loaders, but the one that was the Famicom 2 or whatever. And then I'll play it with it, because that's the only thing I'm missing to play this game. I've played the first few on emulator, and I've been really saving it to playing on a physical cartridge, so... This is one of the best ROM hacks I have ever played. The only one I've gotten physically, just because I had to have it physically. The ROM hack is a blast. All the cool cats in the chat? Yep. Was released in ROM form. And see, that's the other thing, too, is I could... Technically, maybe I should do this sometime. I could if I got an EverDrive for the NES. I probably will have to get one of those someday anyway. I was gonna go to the bathroom, but I think I can stick it out for another stage. Because eventually, I don't know if this will ever happen or not, but I would love to program my own NES game that runs on real hardware. And if I got an EverDrive, I could use it to test out my code. I actually have a program called Nessmaker. And you have to pay for this program, but it makes it so much easier. Oops. It makes it so much easier to programmed for the... Well, that just went in the exact opposite of what I thought it would. Try this again. There we go. I don't need this, but it's the only way I know how to beat this level. And there's something here, too. I don't know if I'm looking for a specific number of coins. But there is a way to get a coin ship in this level, too, but I just don't remember what it is. So, yeah. Ness Everdrive is on the list, but it's a very low priority. There we go. We got the end card. Oh, I don't have the save states on. So maybe... Okay, it's not one of the ones I'm familiar with off the bat. Let's see. I'm going to look at my strategy guide. I used to have all these. The Nintendo Power issue that somebody printed out, or not printed out. I had the Nintendo Power page that somebody, let's see, Super Mario 3, end card. There we go. Somebody had this image photocopied for us. And this is what I used to... Okay, flower was in the upper... Oh, there's only one end card that has the flower in the upper right. So the funny thing is, I don't need any of these. Flower there. Flower there. All right. Let's get some coinage going on here. 10 and 10. Everybody had this cheat sheet back in the day. Especially because every time you powered off your NES, you lost all your progress. So this was 100% a valid way to do it. I have 88 lives. Let's go ahead and increase that to 89. So now the only thing that'll stop me is I'll get cocky right towards the end and mess up the last two. There we go. Still holds true to this day. I'm glad they didn't, like, randomize that for this, I call it remaster. This is the first remaster of a video game that I can recall. Built from the ground up. The ROM hack is not too hard. The ROM hack feels like the official Nintendo game. That's good. We had both the gray zapper and the red zapper. Not sure which was the original. The gray zapper was the original because we had the orange one. Red, orange, whatever. I had an S briefly. Super Mario Bros. 3 was easily your favorite. It's so good. Oh yes, absolutely. Hey, Ricardo Cody, Flea Market Video Game Finds. Welcome to the stream. I need to get the AV Famicom to stream. Yeah, that's what I said. I really want the original looking Famicom and the original looking disc system, but to be honest, I probably don't need it. But I do need a Famicom to... I don't need that model anyway. And that one, I would have to mod. Get a composite mod. Although I do have a VCR that comes with a, you guessed it, RF modulator, so I can get a composite signal from that instead, but it's not going to look very clean. I'm not sure what my upscaler would do with that. What will the Retro Tank do with a composite signal that's been modulated through... Oh, I messed up that one. Hey, T.I. Kyle, what's going on? Did I catch those playoffs games this weekend? I actually caught all of the Buccaneers game. That was and the Rams. Whew. That came down to the wire. I was bored through 90% of that game, and then the last, 5 minutes, like, oh, here we go. The Chiefs game was also looking interesting, but unfortunately, I only had time to watch the first. I only had time to watch the first half. Because believe it or not, I was trying to work on videos at the same time. And unfortunately, I didn't get enough time to work on videos anyway. But I had to leave halfway through. I had to leave here halfway through that game. I didn't see any of the games on Saturday, although I heard the Packers game was interesting. Actually, Saturday was the first time I've gone to see a movie this year. Okay, do not fly. I can't remember if this is the guy that flies or not. Usually the one that can fly has little podiums that you can, platforms that you can jump on. You hear that high-pitched sound coming from Nintendo games at the flea market. I don't get that, ROS. Could just buy a standalone. Super Mario Bros. 3 has a standalone game for the Switch. Oh yeah, you wish you could do that? Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I'm not too fond of the online. The only way you can play online, even though it's you don't have to pay for like a backbone, because Nintendo does peer-to-peer networking with the Switch. The online games really don't leave me with much. Although I think the reason why they do it this way now is that it's included with the online is because people have probably already gotten tired of, well, I already bought digital titles for both the Wii U and the Wii. Why do I have to buy this again on the Switch? That I could probably very easily run. With the original digital copy that I had. Ooh. I messed up somewhere. I was supposed to be able to get somewhere with that, I thought. Yep, there's like a POW block up there or something. Leading me to... There it is. Because you can turn these... Ooh. You can turn these pyramids to, into coins. That's another thing too, I didn't realize that there we go. That none of the original music, like that original Super Mario Brothers theme, didn't show up into another Super Mario game until... I guess Super Mario World kind of has it hidden. Oh, another end card. If only I didn't have maxed out. Here, let's use it. Let's use a couple things here. Star. Flower and star. Unfortunately, I feel like that's a lot of them. Yeah, that's a lot of them. There's over here. Mushroom and star. Flower and star, mushroom and star. Oh, that's already too late. And here it is. This is the level with all the memes in it. Remember that level in Super Mario Bros. 3 where the sun is trying to kill you? That's Texas. I've seen a whole bunch of references with that meme. And yes, they put the turtles, the Koopas, in the most inconvenient spots you'll ever see in this level. Oh! I knew my timing was off, but I didn't stop myself. Oops. I got rid of the chat to show my end cards here. Fourth quarter was insane. Yes, you are right, T.I. Kyle. Ninja Gaiden was a port, but practically a remake. Yeah. 49ers fan here, just wanting to let you know. Yep. The Stellaview version of Zelda on cartridge, courtesy of Etsy. Interesting. Just can't beat that team. NES and SNES emulation on the Wii U was not good though, right? I didn't notice an issue, but I don't remember having a lot of, I had a lot of them on the Wii, and I didn't transfer them to the Wii U, so I didn't really feel like buying a whole bunch of them. Game Boy Advance emulation was fine. And DS emulation was fine as well, because that included the first time that I had played, New Super Mario Bros. Was on the Wii U. The very first Super Mario Bros. The very first new Super Mario Bros., sorry. My first time playing that was on the Wii U, because the Wii U was able to... Oh, I threw that the wrong way. This is the way I need to throw it. Oh! What is my deal? I don't know what it is. Maybe... Am I getting too old for this game? I didn't used to have half the troubles that I'm having tonight with this game. I'm just talking about last year when I played it. What is the deal with that? Oh, the white line's getting longer and the saddle's getting cold. I'm much too young to feel this dang old. There you go, I just censored myself again without even realizing it. Anybody else know the song? And the white line's getting longer and the saddle's getting cold. Yeah, I'm much too young to feel this dang old... Oh! Yep, I knew I was going to mess that up. As soon as I messed it up. Oh, for 6, but we'll see how it goes. Didn't the Switch get emulation fixes recently? I did see something from Modern MVG about that. He goes into a lot of effort for figuring out how games are emulated on modern platforms. A monumental effort. I guess he should, because that's what he does partially as his YouTube channel, but... For me personally, I guess, for people who want... For people who want to experience, like, I have no interest in emulating the N64 on the Switch. Me, personally. And that's just because... And I felt justified in being right with that belief when I saw that people were complaining about how the emulation was all screwed up. And I'm like, that's about what I thought. For some reason, commercial emulation has never been as good as the open source emulation. Even though I'm pretty sure it's been verified by now that, Oh! Messed up this one, too. I think it's pretty much been verified that they're using a lot of the open source emulation in their in-house emulator, so... Nice sun run, thanks. I mean, angry sun, gonna angry sun, son. PlayStation is less than a quarter of Sony's business. Oh, absolutely. Microsoft buying Activision will not hurt Sony. It might. Just because it's not a lot of their business. I mean, think about it. If Sony posted a quarter where... And I guess that's... If Sony posted a year-end report that showed that their revenues were down 25%, would that not affect Sony in a very negative way? I mean, as much as you want to say it's not going to hurt Sony, it's not going to have that as big of an impact as other people say, but it can has the potential to have that kind of an impact if Sony doesn't I guess I'll say doesn't take it as like a credible threat. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a business guy, I guess. As long as Sony has Xbox Game Pass on PS5, there will be a PS6. If not, Sony games will be... Well, Leslie, that's a nice prediction, but you guys keep forgetting, or I won't say you guys, what seems to be forgotten at the moment is what's stopping Sony from making their own version of Game Pass. Sony owns a lot of studios. They have a lot of IPs that could be a potential threat to Game Pass. So, I don't know why I didn't grab a feather. But whatever. Probably because I can grab a feather right here. And yes, Sony is expected to announce their own equivalent of Game Pass that's not PlayStation Now. And the fact that they're starting, it seems like they're starting to put value in coming up with a PlayStation 3 emulator. I don't think PlayStation 3, I didn't think PlayStation 3 emulation was as far along as it is. But if Sony is going to do it, they're finally at a point where it seems like they can offer some backwards compatible titles. But here's the thing. I don't think they want to offer backwards compatibility for your discs. They want to offer backwards compatibility. So sure, you can download a copy of the game instead of streaming it from a server, but you still have to buy it again. That's Sony's end goal, I think, with that. And maybe it's something they'll offer as like the PlayStation Game Pass thing. I forgot what it's called. But somebody will post it in the chat later on, and I'll forget about it by the time I get to it. Didn't know the Wii U played DS games. Yes. Didn't know anyone that had a Wii U. If you guys want sometime, I don't know if I have it. I'll have to log into my account on this one. I don't think I have yet, because I was planning on modding this one. But I can download and we can play New Super Mario Bros. U. The only problem is you'll still only see the main game screen. You won't see the second screen, because the Wii U gamepad takes the point of the second screen. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It just looked very, very pixelated. It would have been better had they had a card slot that could take DS cartridges, like the Super Game Boy did. The Super DS Boy. Won't hurt Sony overall, but it hurts the PlayStation division. Yeah, and the PlayStation division, I mean, even though it's only 25% of their overall business, it's still billions of dollars. Sony has released the #1 gaming platform 3 out of their 5 times that they've released a console. The PlayStation 1 was #1, the PlayStation 2 was #1, the PlayStation 3 was not. But it ended up being pretty even with Xbox, even though people were... That's another thing, too. People are like, oh, the Xbox 360 beat the PS3. Not exactly. If anything, they tied by the end of the life. The Xbox 360 started stronger, but ended weaker. And that was part, I guess, due in part to the Xbox One's horrible launch. But the PS4 was also #1 in its time as well, so... Don't count Sony out because of Game Pass, but maybe this is another generation that PlayStation will have to sit back a little bit. My fear, though, is, based on what they did with the handhelds, the PSP wasn't #1, the PlayStation Vita was far from #1 when it launched. When something is not immediately successful, Sony just dumps it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing for them, but it's bad for consumers, and I think it creates mistrust in their brand. So Sony, you drop support for the PlayStation 5, and Game Pass will win me. I will go full on Xbox. Right now, I'm happy to have both, and there are advantages to having both. But Garth Brooks, yep, you got it. Oh, the white line's getting longer, and the saddle's getting cold. I'm much too young to feel this dangle. That song was going through my head earlier today, mainly because the older I get, the more that song has relevance in my life. Oh my gosh, does that song... Some days that song feels exactly like my life. Although I'm the first part of me being too young is going by the wayside now, isn't it? Alright, sorry, I'm catching up on the chat here, looking to see Call of Duty players will follow the game wherever it goes. I don't know. You guys should check out, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. There's a YouTuber who I'm constantly following, but am also constantly frustrated with. Oops. And that is Spawnwave Media. Spawnwave channel, whatever it is. His real name's John. I don't remember what his last name is. He is a very good reporter in the fact that he could probably have a 24-hour news station, and he would be able to fill up the entire time with his commentary. The problem is, he often is, because he has a daily newscast of what's going on in the video game world. The problem with a daily newscast, Monday through Friday, is there's not enough news for him to fill up an entire 20 to 25 minute video with. So he reports on a lot of rumors, and then he has a lot of speculation based on the rumors. So it's not necessarily news, and some people are bound to point out, but Tyler, isn't that all news? Yes, I realize that, but he does it to such an extreme where I have listened to him in one of his news waves, and I'm not kidding you. He in about 5 minutes, he probably just kept repeating the same thing for the same 30-second blurb that he had about this thing for 5 minutes. It's not always like that, but that's part of the reason why I have trouble recommending his stuff to other people. And he is one of those bigger YouTubers. He's also in there with MVG. And MVG's videos are awesome. I will definitely recommend those. He starts out, he's like a game dev that has a way of explaining things to the layman. Oh no. Hang on. Like I said, I'm having an off night with this game, guys. I don't usually have this big of an issue. Thank goodness we're not on the Big Bertha level. Yep, I was gonna say, this is... I think I'm already dead. There we go. I was just about to say, kill me and try the level over again. Wow. So anyway, but if I do hear some game-breaking news, he always covers it. So that's a good thing. But also, too, I think the reason why he does that with his videos is because he's got to make them long enough to fit the correct number of ads to make them profitable for him. So if you don't mind the ads and hearing him say the same thing over and over again, just so he can show you another ad, when he has a 30-second rumor, not news story, and he just sits there, and he'll say stuff all the time, too, like, he was all about, oh, Nintendo Switch Pro is coming, oh, it's been verified, it's been leaked by this tweet guy, Nintendo Switch Pro, and then he comes back the next time, and of course, this is partially my opinion, but this is how I saw it happening. There we go. Now Mario can run with the frog suit. Running with the frog. Oh, I lost the frog suit. Running with the frog. That's like my version of Mario's version of Riders on the Storm. There was one time I accidentally grabbed whatever turns all these coins into blocks, and it really made me upset. Because I died because I couldn't take out the Big Bertha guy. Oh yes, and here is water you can't swim in. But anyway. So that's why I said I hesitate around a minute, but anyway, why did I bring him up anyway? Oh, he was talking about... He has a poll coming. He has a poll coming out. I want to see the results of tomorrow. I don't think you have to watch it to see the results of the poll. You can just go to the poll on his channel. But he talked about, do you want Call of Duty? He's asking gamers, do you want Call of Duty to switch from a 1 game a year to... Ooh, I knew that was going to happen. Do you want them to switch from 1 game a year to 1 game every 3 years? That way they can take enough time to develop a stronger title, and that way we get less crappier Call of Duties. When I voted, which was about the time it came out, I voted on it. Like 95% of the votes was, yes, go to 3 years. We don't need a Call of Duty every year. So when you say that Call of Duty fans will follow every time they go, and that's the thing. I feel bad about saying that because I want you guys to go and vote on it and watch his channel, because I don't want to be the guy that steals that poll and reports on it to you guys, because that's not, I feel like in that way I'm stealing his content, and that's not something I'm willing to do no matter what I disagree with on his channel. So if you guys want to put that in there, or if you guys disagree with the way I voted or agree with the way I voted, you guys should go find it. His name is Spawnwave, and he does a daily newscast. That's partially how I stay informed with stuff. Most of the stuff that I stay informed on, I'm reading from news outlets. I'm not really watching somebody's podcast on. So I hate to say that because I do endorse some podcasts. Let's see what I want. What do I want? Let's do another. Ah! That is the first time I've ever accidentally fallen into that water. What is going on? And I said, hey, hey. I don't trust myself now. I was gonna... There we go. Usually I can get that block without going all the way out of the water, but today I just don't trust myself. And I said, hey, 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 hey. Be like, right there, I've never let this Lakitu kill me. And he's about to. Hey, hey, hey. I said, hey. Got the flower, mushroom, and the star. What's going on? Is it Sony selling more systems than Microsoft? Yes. Despite the chip shortage? Yes. Even though the Series S is starting to, is in stock and selling because it's in stock, most of their sales is still the Series X, and overall, Microsoft is not quite half the sales, but it's like 1.667 to 1 that Sony is outselling the Xbox still. But one thing you want to keep in mind is that Game Pass also includes PC gamers, and that is also a heck of a value for PC gamers. So, anyway, let's check out some more of the comments here. If you guys are new to the channel, I do this all the time where I get behind on the comments because I'm playing the game, and then I'll stop to catch up on the comments, find something I can talk about for the next level, and then go through. I don't think any of the own stuff like Call of Duty, Diablo, World of Warcraft, and the like. Call of Duty fans will buy an Xbox Series if it's on Game Pass. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, think about if they get Halo and Call of Duty. They did say that, yes, I don't know if it was Phil Spencer that said this, but I did see the quote. Someone who's high up in Xbox did say that they are going to keep it on multiple platforms for the foreseeable future. And the answer to a question no one asked is, of course they are, because they probably already have them in development. So at least until they run through the games that were already in development for other platforms, it's definitely going to be on other platforms. So yeah, it's not going to be instant. They're going to keep it over. I mean, either way, if they just put it on Game Pass and it's already included, and they have to... Yep. And you have to pay full price for it to be on something else, that's something. I don't know, I lost my train of thought halfway through that, so I don't know if that made sense. Oh yeah, Bethesda stuff. Well, that's the thing too. Was Bethesda part of the Bethesda did an RPG I'm quite fond of. Was BioWare part of Activision now? Who owns BioWare? EA is owned... Okay, whew. I was gonna say, if they got access to the old Knights of the Old Republic series, that'd have been another thing for me. My biggest fear, or I guess the thing that doesn't sit easy with me, is now Microsoft owns Crash and Spyro. Activision bought the rights from Universal Entertainment. I don't know if it was directly from them, but Activision bought the rights to Crash and Spyro back in 2008. So they have been the ones who have held on to that IP ever since. Now that Activision is owned by Microsoft, Crash and Spyro could become platform exclusive to Microsoft. And as someone who has been a lifelong fan of Crash Bandicoot and has associated with him with the Sony PlayStation, like even still, I think it's almost blasphemous for me to play it on the Nintendo or on the Xbox. That's just my perspective with it. That is more of the scary thought to me. I haven't played any Call of Duty Black Ops since the PS3. Roes, I'm right there with you. I may have played Black Ops 4 for a brief minute, but I may have it in my collection too. But I would have gotten it for like $4 or less. Fanboy's got a fanboy over Call of Duty. I don't know if anyone would actually self-identify as a fanboy of Call of Duty, of all the games to be a fanboy of. I think if Microsoft goes out and gets any of the Japanese publishers, it will be too much of an uphill battle for Sony. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I think they would rather, most of the Japanese companies, I think, would rather sell to another Japanese company like Nintendo or Sony before they sold to an American company. I don't know why I have that opinion. It just seems like that's the way it goes with some Japanese businesses. I guess I would feel bad too if, like, Toshiba came in. I don't know, is that a Japanese company? I had no idea Nokia was not Japanese. Do you guys know that? Nokia is European. I forgot what actual country they're in. I always associate, I don't know why, I always associate, oh, I forgot, I should have a feather for this. I always associated Nokia with Japan. And I don't know where I learned this, but I just learned it in the last year that, no joke, that Nokia was not a Japanese company. And Samsung is Korean, but that'd be an Asian company, I guess. Ah, I looked away from the screen when I jumped. I knew that was a mistake. All right, let me finish reading the comments before I jump back on that. Yeah, if they get Capcom or Sega. Sega, I don't know if they had a chance to buy them out, but I remember Sega wanted Microsoft to continue the Dreamcast for them, but they weren't interested. They wanted to start with their own. Like they wanted anyone to take over the Dreamcast, but they were thinking Microsoft wanted to get in the video game business, so they said, how about you take over with this one? He fills it with Nintendo commercials. Thought about Spawn Wave? Big Bertha became a meme too. Same with the Angry Sun. Probably. Love Modern Adventures Gamer MVG. Spawn Wave is a trend chaser, just like the Dreamcast guy. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing where I say, I don't want to judge him for being like the trend chaser. I mean, that's his market. I mean, and be honest, that's the market you want to have. You want to have the... He's going to get some 12-year-old kid that tunes in every week to his podcast to figure out when that new Nintendo Switch is coming. And more power to him. But like I said, for me, as an adult, where I have thoughts of my own, I guess, and I can usually get a concept the first 2 or 3 times someone says it. By the time he gets to the 18th time, I'm like, all right, let's move on. Time is money. And then another ad happens. Yep. Yeah, MVG is pretty good. I didn't know he was a game dev himself. I thought he was just a hacker. But when he came out and said that he did the port of Shantae to the Switch, I was like, oh, that's nice. And he was also doing some work with Diablo. So I had no idea that that's what he was doing. I saw an interview with him and, oh, what's his name? He's another YouTuber I have a hard time recommending, just depending on the crowd. So I'm not going to say is good to everyone. RGT85, I think his name is. He's about my age, so if he was born in 85, he's about my age. I was born in 86. He kicks up some drama sometimes, which is why I have a hard time recommending his channel. Because he says whatever he wants and then gets upset when people react negatively to it, or when there's consequences to him. That's what I mean by he kicks up some drama. But I mean, really, I think what unites us all, and that's the thing, I don't hate the channel or anything, and I've watched some of his stuff, I just say it's not for me most of the time. But what unites us is, regardless of anyone's faults, he's still a gamer. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that unites us all, I think. Almost nobody reported how the Xbox Series X outsold the PS5 in the US in both November and December. You know, Xeon Ronan, I did see that in November. I did not hear about December. But I don't know if I don't think they outshipped the PS5. That was the thing. Sony still shipped more consoles, but they didn't sell more in the US. So where they're going, I mean, other parts of the world too. Japan is pretty big there. Maybe Europe. But Sony to date has shipped more consoles. Even in November. I don't know about December because I didn't read that. So that's why I said sales numbers any number can be manipulated to fit someone's thing. To fit someone's agenda, I guess. I think it's great, but I wish that both companies could finally get stock under control, but that's not going to happen. I was the first one to predict, well, the first person before any of these other people who I follow to predict and say, guys, when I tried to order technology for the school district I work for, I tried to get Chromebooks last year for that district. I kind of saw this is going to be going into 2023. Anyone who thinks the tech supply chain is going to get solved this year is very optimistic. March of 2021, I realize this is most likely going to go on at least until 2023. And we'll find out too. I've just ordered our Chromebooks for next year for the school district. Hopefully it's not too late. What I mean by that is they need to get here before the students do next fall, or else we're going to be short Chromebooks. So it's just when you're in it and you're trying to find technology yourself, it's fine. Like most people can go out and find a laptop. They may not be able to find a graphics card or a console, but you can still find yourself a laptop or two. When you're trying to order 400 to 500 devices, that's when you're going to run into issues. One game every 3 here, you already voted? Uh-oh. See, I scrolled a little bit and the whole chat just went away. Phil Spencer said that he wanted Activision developers like Toys for Bob to work on games they have a passion for, like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Yep. Hopefully that means they'll still be allowed on other platforms. I don't foresee Microsoft wanting to take away games from the Nintendo Switch anytime soon, because the Nintendo Switch offers a play experience that Microsoft currently can't offer. I mean, the Steam Deck is coming out, and the Steam Deck will run Windows technically, so maybe that's something, but I don't expect that Nintendo's going to suffer much. It's going to be possibly Sony. If you want to report the news, I expect you to break in. I expect you to break, yeah. See? And that's the thing, yeah. But the whole week, it was on Monday when everyone was covering, I mean, it happened on that previous Friday, but starting on Monday, just to give you an idea of what Spawnwave was doing, he covered it on Monday. He actually covered it a little bit over the weekend. He gave his initial thoughts and put out a video on it, which he did a good job with, and I think that was a good video to watch. But Monday he reported on the Activision merger, and on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and each day he said he had something new to say, and there was really nothing new to say. Like, even in opinion, like, there was nothing new or breaking. There was just other quotes. He did offer some more sides of it, but every day to get those clicks in, it was Activision this, Microsoft that, and that became a little tiresome. It was every day last week. I haven't watched the one from today, but if he mentions the Activision merger again on this one, I'm already fatigued from it. It's gonna hit me with burnout. Hey, Taylor and Supergirl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sorry if you're still on. I'm a little behind on the chat. Call of Duty have a 2-year development time after Microsoft acquires them. Infinity Ward, I had Treyarch. I know. I get goosebumps considering the possibilities of what could happen with that. I mean, honestly, I don't think much will change, but it has the potential to make things better. You know what I'm saying? Like Microsoft, like Activision, I could see them influence, say, the game's got to have this. The game's got to have the game's got to have microtransactions, loot crates, NFTs. It's like they're all looking for the maximum amount of profit and everything. Not that Microsoft doesn't do that, but Microsoft's approach is make a good game, make it profitable, go do it. And until you mess up doing that, I can see, like, that seems to be Microsoft's approach from what I've heard from other developers that talk about what it's like to work with Microsoft when they develop a game for them. Like, when you're good at something, they give you the space to do it. Disney does the same thing with the companies that they've acquired, like Pixar. They talk about that all the time. And Disney's one of those companies that they say are very controlling and very micromanaging. And some of the companies say, you know what? When they acquired us, like, they just let us do our thing. And I'm sure they'll let them do that for a while, and then eventually they'll say, well, there's still things you have to hit. Like, you can't tell me when they started The Mandalorian, Disney wasn't there saying, hey, we need a toy for the Christmas season. Make something that we can make a toy out of. And they're like, oh, Baby Yoda. So, I mean, it worked out in all of our favors, but I appreciate that again. I'm just catching up on your comments there, Taylor M. Love your retro videos. Huge ColecoVision fan. Love Atari too. Oh, I appreciate that. Yep. Love video games, but you concentrate on retro systems these days. That's part of the issue why I haven't gotten into Game Pass as much as I should. Is I have this backlog of retro games to go play through, right? Xenon Ronin, that's a prediction that will most likely come to happen. I hope it doesn't. He's predicting Crash and Spyro will be Xbox exclusive. We'll see. If they want them portably, though, they could still come out on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie is an IP owned by Microsoft. They bought Rare, and Microsoft owns all that stuff, and they still let Nintendo put things out. It's kind of like I said, Nintendo wants a working relationship with the other big companies, because that's how, when everybody wins on the Switch, Nintendo wins really big. That's on Sony for having unofficial mascots be third-party games. Well, that's the thing, too. Sony still to this day, I don't know if they say still to this day, because now I think they consider Sackboy a mascot. They consider Nathan Drake a mascot, because when you watch their PlayStation Studios logo, it shows characters from the games that they own. Ratchet and Clank is now owned by them, so they're also in the PlayStation Studios logo. But for years, Sony said, nope, we don't have a mascot. We don't want a mascot. Everybody just kind of assumed that on their own, and they were okay with that, but they never officially acknowledged that Crash or Spyro were official mascots. So, and you're right, so that, or even unofficial. They're just like, nope, darn it. I need my feather. So that's what I get for doing that. I tried to play a level and it didn't work out. Good thing, because Activision put all their developers on COD. Will let them make new Crash and Spyro games? Yes, absolutely. I was kind of surprised Activision was all for the remaster of the Insane trilogy. I don't know how that came about in Activision, because Activision was just like, I think Activision thought that Crash and Spyro was a fad that had run its course. I do not have a feather to save my life. Oh, I have one. By the way, I call the leaf a feather, even though it's a leaf. I know this doesn't help, but it makes me feel better. Now I gotta concentrate. I think there's an advantage to going down to the lower level, but I don't care. Just beating the level, that's all I want. Oh, I probably should turn on the capture again. So I did say I was going to end this stream by playing a game that you'll be surprised I've never played before on the Super Nintendo. And we're getting close to the time where I need to start playing it, or I'm going to end the stream without playing it, so. Although I could save it for next week, because we're already having a lot of fun playing this game. And talking about all the video game news, including the news I told you I was tired of hearing about, like the... That's the funny thing. I just gave... There's some hypocritical notes for you. I'm gonna give the people who didn't like what I said about Spawn Wave, I'm gonna give them ammunition to throw back at me by saying, and yet here I am talking about the Activision merger with no new news to add to it. I'm still talking about it over a week later, so yeah, I am a little bit self-aware of my criticisms. I play modern games, it's via Steam, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Game Pass would be the only other thing I would like on that. I actually got EA Play because I had Game Pass Ultimate, and I downloaded it to my Windows PC, and I played SimCity 4, and I got re-addicted to SimCity 4 when I had Game Pass, so wasn't gonna buy it again for the PC. I still have a DVD version of that game and the CD-ROM disc version of that game. Consoles don't mean what they used to. Yeah, that's true as well. I'm kind of surprised that consoles haven't really tried to become more multi-purpose. Like Sony come out with their own, here's our own web browser, and it supports Chrome documents and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that way, I'm very much surprised that they haven't tried to branch out into other things. But I guess they're more concerned about security than providing more experiences on your console. Would you rather do it goes out the window when you expect you can offer what they want. Nokia is a company from Finland. Okay. Yeah, I learned that last year. That it was not in Japan. That's Scandinavian. There it goes again. Whenever I get so close to where I'm about to catch up in the chat, it automatically scrolls all the way down, and then I lose like half the comments on here, so I'm trying to make sure I don't miss something. Nokia was just a paper factory. Saturn. Yeah, thanks to the phone. I'm at... MVG was also a developer. Yep. Quick port on the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Absolutely. Fan of the Polymega. His videos turned you on to it. Yeah, Polymega's been covered by a few of the people who I follow on YouTube. Or used to follow in the past. Yes, PS5 and Xbox Series X sales are very close this generation. Are you gonna tear this game up? Hey, Julius, how you doing? Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with the chat as well. Okay, I'm at the bottom now, and I'm just catching through. 8-bit SNK boy, you already know what my opinion is, or you should know because I've said it before. What my opinion is on Mario 64. If you guys thought me saying I don't like the original Super Mario Brothers was blasphemy, I have less kind things to say about... I'm about to die on this level already. I have less kind things to say about Super Mario 64. Mario 64 was iconic because it was the first game to set standards that became universal standards for what a 3D platformer game should be. And it sure plays like it. That's my biggest criticism of it, is that it does not play very well because it was the first. And even though they set standards, I mean, like I said, they had no standards to go off of, so there was really no way for them... I don't know how to describe it without making anyone angry, but I'm really just trying to describe it to myself before I say it out loud, and I'm not thinking of the right words. Well, I hate the frog suit. Alright. Just keep jumping. Instead of just keep swimming, it's just keep jumping. The control on Super Mario 64 is just so perfect. Chris, I hope you're not messing with me, because that's my biggest criticism of Super Mario 64. I guess not necessarily control, but here's my big thing. Why is it that sometimes Mario can literally stand in one spot and turn 180 degrees, and other times, especially when you're on high platforms, he has to run around in a circle to turn around? Why was that a control scheme ever? Why was that even a consideration for the control scheme? That is one of my biggest criticisms with Mario 64. The other thing is, too, is even though the camera system was innovative and controlled better than most other cameras of its time, the camera control still sucks on Mario 64. Especially when you compare it to more modern titles. It did not age very well, is what I'm saying. But I'm also of the opinion, and this is something that people might not get upset at, I'm not a fan of Nirvana's music. Although I do recognize that they started a movement that led to much better music that wouldn't have been there without them. I just think because they were the first, they didn't know how to improve when they started doing things well. So it's that same syndrome. The first person through didn't get it perfect, but they got a lot of things right with it. So that's my problem with Mario 64. It was innovative for the time, but it did not age as well. All right, here's the one. Did anybody else call these things TV screens? Like these little blue boxes that float up and down. I don't know why I thought they were TV screens as a kid. Like tube CRT television screens. 4:3 aspect ratio. Those things that people are trying to charge $500 for on eBay. Ah, come on. Come to me. Come to Butthead. Oh, this was not good. This was not smart at all. Why did I do this? Whew. There we go. Alright, we got it. Super Mario Galaxy is still your favorite? I like Super Mario Galaxy better than I like Super Mario 64. But I will say this, I like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine just about equally. The first 3D Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario World, or whatever you want to call it, the first 3D Super Mario game that I genuinely enjoyed and would recommend over a 2D Mario game is Mario Odyssey. That is the first 3D Mario game that I genuinely enjoyed over a 2D Mario game. Now, I will say this. Super Mario 3D World came with my Wii U, and I played it, but the first time I played it, I didn't really enjoy it that much. When I tried it again, when they announced they were going to remake it, I decided to give it another try on my Wii U, and I liked it a lot better. So, I have since come to like Super Mario 3D World, but I didn't like it until after I already played Odyssey. Odyssey is just I think they finally got the gameplay right for what a 3D Super Mario should be. It's okay, you think the N64 is overrated anyway. Bought an N64 on launch day. Ooh, that's an interesting perspective. I would have loved to have had one on launch day, but unfortunately, like I said, my brother won the argument, so we got a PS1 instead. What'd they say? They will not buy Sega because Sega does more than publish video games. Right. Well, yeah, they do a lot of stuff with other companies, too. You were correct about that. Main criticism is with the camera, so you agree with that? Yep. Yeah, you guys would be surprised at what games I think that are classic beloved titles from the N64 era that I just personally don't care for. It's not that they're bad games. This is entirely a preference issue. I do not care for a lot of the games on the N64 system. And I think that's partially because I didn't grow up with them. I had to experience those as an adult. One game I actually truly enjoyed though, but I do agree it's not there's still some control issues with it. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I genuinely enjoyed as an adult. I don't think it's the best game by any means, but it's unique enough that I would say I would definitely recommend it to people who grew up in the 90s and want to play it. To me, that's the peak of the N64 platformers. Why on God's green earth was I not able to jump on Windy? There we go. Good gravy. Why do I keep messing up? Here it is. Another person is sending me something. Can't make this stuff up. I can sit at home by myself every other day this week. The only time I stream, everyone starts texting me instead of watching me on the stream. Not that they should be, but if they're not going to watch me on the stream, they shouldn't be texting me. All right, let's take a look at some of the chat here. Don't like Super Mario Sunshine. Don't know why, but it feels incomplete. I don't know if it comes down to controls with that one as well, but I'll say the mechanic of the water jetpack is not interesting. Maybe that's what it is. This is my favorite world, by the way, out of all of them, but I probably won't go through and beat it. I'll probably go through half of it, and then I'll decide, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's go to World 8. Let's get this game beat. I've been talking so much, I don't think I'm going to get to the game This was supposed to be a warm-up to the game that I wanted to beat. I don't know why I didn't pick a power-up, but we'll see what happens. If I remember correctly, there's only one power-up in this entire level. I've been having an off night anyway, so I don't know if... Ooh. Like right there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this in one shot or not. Only because of the off night that I'm having. I wonder if I get to live that long, in 50 years, will I still be playing this game once a year? That was my first thought when I got to this year. I'm like, ooh, it's a new year. I need to go back and beat all the Mario games again. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Will I be playing this game when it's 80 years old, 50 years from now, if I'm still alive? I assume medical advances and breakthroughs will make sure that everybody lives to be 150 years old by then. Or have you guys seen the movie In Time? It's both a great predictor and in-depth look at what the world... It's basically a movie about classes and class structure. But, basically, somebody has invented a drug that lets everyone live... Oh, I have been having horrible luck with these guys tonight. Thankfully, I finally got it right that time. Everybody can live forever. They've invented a drug that makes you stop aging at the age of 25. The only way you can die is if you run out of time. Everybody has like a built-in clock built into their wrist, and if you run out of time, you die. And the only way to earn more time, instead of being paid in money, you're paid in hours and minutes to give you more time. And there are people, instead of living paycheck to paycheck, they live day to day with 1 hour of time on their clock. And then the people who are millionaires have 1,000,000 years. So it's an interesting, like I said, it really talks about class struggle and what it's like to, you know, people in poverty versus people who are rich. It shows the ridiculousness of the rich when people have more money than they could spend in a lifetime. Basically, they have more years than is worth living, is what they come down to saying for millionaires. And for people that are poor, it basically shows how being poor with money also means death. Because when you live day to day and you run out of resources, you're pretty much going to die because, you know, you can't survive. And people in the middle class are kind of indifferent to what happens on both spectrums because they're just, you know, happy to be surviving, I guess, at that point. Like I said, it's an interesting look at class struggle, but what brings up the point of that is just, I'm hoping that eventually, within my lifetime, they'll just come up with that miracle drug and I can still play this game in 50 years. But of course, will it be like South Park? Where, like, when Cartman goes several years into the future and then there's no composite input on TVs for the Wii, so he can't play his Nintendo Wii? He gets all upset. That'll probably be what happens to me. I'll live forever, but I can only play this game until composite displays are dead. This, there we go. I don't know why I've been having trouble killing people with that. Mario Galaxy is a fantastic game, but the sequel improved everything. Yeah, I liked them both, but I don't really have a preference towards one over the other. I do agree Super Mario Galaxy 2 feels more polished, but it feels more like an add-on. So, I mean, it's got advantages and disadvantages. Oh, of course. Yep, we're gonna get sucked into that one. See? And I don't know why. My aim is slightly off tonight. Personally, never bothered with the PlayStation or N64 because I think you were enjoying the Saturn so much. Yeah, 8-bit, that was something that was unique to your region. In the US, the Saturn was very quickly dismissed. And actually, a lot of people thought it was technologically inferior. And of course, you had the avid Sega fans who were trying to tell you, oh no, it's got 2 processors as opposed to 1. And it's got 2 graphics cards too, so it's actually more powerful than the other contemporary consoles, but it just didn't look like it. And there's reasons for that. I can't really say whether or not the 2 processors is more powerful than the PlayStation, but the hardware was designed later than the PlayStation. Oh, it's the flying fish level. I'm very surprised I made it this far. Usually, I take a bad hop off of a fish and I land in the lava with this level. And then you're going to see me cheese this next one because I cannot stand. I'm not kidding. Everyone is texting me. Every time I've looked at my watch, it's been a different person. And you may think, oh, Tyler, they just don't know that you're streaming. No, they all know. Because I've had to remind them several times, this is what I do instead of spending time with them. You guys are more important, and I make that well known. I'm like, Mom, I've known you for all of my life, and you've given life to me. But these strangers on the internet are the ones who really care about me. You don't. And she says, well, be that as it may, you need to make time more for your mother on Monday nights. I'm like, nope. I'm like, it used to be Tuesdays, so just be thankful of that. There we go. That's about what I thought was going to happen. But believe it or not, I was doing tremendously in this game. I'm very shocked I made it past. This is the first time I've beaten this level without a P-Wing in decades. Now watch, this is where I'm going to bite it. Nope. You guys have seen me beat this on stream before, right? I have never... I've never gone into this level without a P-Wing. It's been well over 20 years. I can't believe I just did that. I've been having such an off night, and I finally beat a level that's been taking me ages to beat otherwise. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Tonight's just a weird night. I should have more than one P-Wing. There's one. I do not. I need the cloud. On specialness. This level is hard to beat. This is about the part of Super Mario Bros. 3 that gets ridiculously hard. There's some... The Pipeland is probably the hardest. But this area is much harder than it needs to be. Come on. Well, I didn't get my turbo run going, so this is probably going to kill me. I'm going to land in a bottomless pit of death. See? What'd I tell you? I could use my P-Wing here, but I'm going to save that. Do I have more than one cloud? I do. Decision. Hope this works. I don't know why I'm having a hard time holding down my turbo run button along with my flight button. And that is destroying me a little bit. Thankfully, though, no matter how many times I die in this level, I will always end with more lives because of this spot, as long as I have a feather. Alright. So, oh, there's a ghost there. So that was not what I wanted to do. Oh, I really didn't want that ghost over here. Did I mention that yet? Because now I'm screwed. And now I lost my feather. And now oh my gosh, the jump there. All right, P-Wing's coming out. I need the P-Wing for the other level though. Now I have to beat this the right way? I'm upset. Oh, my star ran out at that exact moment. Are you kidding me? Hey, Chad, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that. Thanks for your hard work. I appreciate that. Why I'm having such a hard time beating the game that I've beat several times tonight, I have no idea. I'm going to stop capturing that because this is a disgrace. This is a great stream. You're enjoying the stream regardless. Oh, I appreciate that. It's probably because you guys are seeing. You guys like seeing me struggle. That's what it is. It's like Tyler's in a hurry tonight for some reason, and we love seeing him struggle. Oh, see, right there. Right there. I like it when you do it right there, and I'm gonna get hit, and I'm gonna get hit again. Since it's been forever since I've... Ah! I need at least one cloud. And if I can't beat the other level after I use the cloud, that could just end my run. This is not where I want to use the other cloud. Right off the get-go. Right off the get-go. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Always enjoy the streams? Yeah, well, I'll get this. Last time I streamed, I could tell the energy was a little bit lacking from my part. I was probably more exhausted. Monday nights have always been kind of a off night for me. Gosh. I want the P-Wing for Bowser's Castle. That's, or King Koopa's castle. So... let's do a save and continue so I can come back here, but... I'm going to use the cloud. Get over that. I have another leaf, which should let me beat this level. Oh my gosh, and I immediately lost it. Here's the sun. Yes, the sun comes out at night this time, and yep, that's why I needed the feather. So now, it's going to take me all the way back to here. That just ended my run. Good grief. I should have used the P-Wing. I'm going to have to use the P-Wing. Alright. Gosh, this makes me angry. I feel like Marvin the Martian. Oh! Oh! And I almost killed myself right at the very beginning. This makes me very angry. Anybody else feel like Marvin the Martian? I feel like Marvin the Martian. Makes me wish I had a death ray in this game. Turn my capture back on so you guys can see how ridiculous that I had to be in this game. I can't believe I have to use a P-Wing in this game. As hard as this level is, I've beaten this level so many times without it. It's an off night. Oh! Vastly into Nintendo, but the Sega Saturn rocked your world. Was genuinely disappointed by the N64's library, apart from 20-inch AAA games. Well, that's because third-party developers went through that. Just completely took off of that. We all have off nights with games. Used to have it with Resident Evil, Code Veronica, Dreamcast Memorized, and now you get stuck every 30 minutes. Stinks getting old, doesn't it? That's why I said that song keeps popping into my head. Oh, the nights are getting... I'm sorry, the white line's getting longer. And the... Oh, you know what? Frickin' frackin'. I'm gonna start sounding like Joe Pesci. This is what I was forgetting. I'm gonna start sounding like Joe Pesci in Home Alone. Joe Pesci was very famous for using a lot of swear words in Martin Scorsese movies, and so he wanted to have, like, something where nobody would know he was cussing in the movie. So that's where he came up with that frickin' frackin'. You see how easy that is? Why was that so difficult the first time when I had a feather? For crying out loud. Now I beat it when I'm small Mario. Good gravy. Here's the other level I need the cloud for. And just help me. Help me if I cannot beat this next level and I get sent back to before that castle. Do not use a whistle either. I've made that mistake before. I'm in World 8 about to beat the game, and all of a sudden, I use a whistle and I get back to the main menu. Oh, that irritates me. Because right now, since I didn't beat the other fortress, there's absolutely no way for me to go out of this world and get back into it without having to beat that castle. I was so geared up to beat this game the way that I intended, just so quickly. But it's that Super Mario 3 curse. It's a love-hate thing. Love this game, but like I said, there's only a couple of levels that I wish I would never have to play again. One of them is that one that you saw me die on a bunch of times. How in the world did that kill me? I was a mile away from that cannonball. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. That's stuck in my head because I'm getting angry. I'm getting mad. Someone's got to get angry. Someone's got to get mad. That's a quote from a movie, if you can tell me what movie that is. Guys, the most retrospective old gaming videos on YouTube. Oh, I appreciate that, Chad. Thank you very much for saying that. I aim to please, and an artist is always, even though I don't consider myself an artist, is always appreciative to hear that his work is appreciated. Obviously not an artist, because I would have come up with a better word than appreciative twice. Alright. Now, I could use the shortcut if I had the P-Wing here. I can't do that now. Alright, I'm probably going to eat it here, but we're going to learn something. Oh! Well. Oh, jeez. I thought I was one level higher. I'm running out of power-ups, surprisingly. I'm very shocked at how badly this run is going for me. There are other people like, you're not doing that bad of a job. I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. This is, it's like that Code Veronica thing. I used to be able to beat this game without even having my eyes open. Okay, maybe not that bad. The one up so I can get unlimited attempts at this. Alright, let's try this again. It'd be great if I would have saved one of my feathers for this, but you know what? I thought for sure that I can just waste it. There we go. This is where I thought I was at, because now I get a feather. Now I can fly to the door I want to get to. Which is up here. Ah. As I say, did I get trapped? Because again... Oh! You have no idea how badly this is irritating me. My older brothers could see this now, they'd be like, geez, why does Tyler suck at this game so much? This is taking me back to when I was 5 years old, when everyone was good at video games but me. All those familiar childhood insecurities are still coming back. You know what? I just realized something. Remember that thing I said about I'm pressing down on the controller? I think it's the controller. I legitimately think it's the controller. I don't think I'm using it just as an excuse. I think this controller's screwed up. Maybe this is the one my brother kept throwing against the wall and somehow didn't shatter. All right. Get up there. Ah! Okay. Remember. This is the one where this guy comes at me, but only after a certain amount of time. You guys ever want to see me rage quit? This is about the time. Let's just take a breath. Calm. Let's find our inner center. That was not a controller script that last time. Oh. Let's take a look at some of the comments here. Have I watched Squid Game on Netflix? Yes, I have. And yes, I do think it's very good. Fair and objective reviewer, always honest with his opinions, isn't swayed by popular... Oh, I appreciate that, 8-bit. I try not to be, but... I also know there are some opinions that people will disagree with to the point where it will almost be harmful, but... Yeah. I guess, yeah. Especially before I publish a video, like in live streams, I'm a bit more cautious about what I say, and when I do a video, I can give it enough thought to have it make sense to people. I think that's where people with opinions mostly get themselves into trouble, is when they say something that doesn't make other people understand where they're coming from. And some people just can't see it from other people's perspective, I get that. But that's what I try to do, is just, if I'm going to disagree with popular opinion, make it make sense. Dives in the expensive, very collectible hardware like the Neo Geo TurboGrafx. I like how you're predicting the future 3DO, yes. 3DO will be something. I do have my 3DO library sitting just on the other side of that door you guys see over the side. I never turned on my stream light, but you guys didn't see that, because you can't. It's almost out of frame. Reviews of the TurboGrafx 16 are spot on. You know, I was kind of surprised by the TurboGrafx 16, because I don't think I ever emulated it before I played it. So, all of that is mostly a first impression. Don't get mad, get even. Oh, don't worry. I'm just taking a break and I'm going to jump into it again. Oh, OXO is here? Sorry, I missed your comment. But welcome to the stream as well. Cool high score challenge going on at Atari I.O. Interesting. Favor to 35 years of collecting, TurboGrafx 16, Splatterhouse, Ordine, Devil's Crush, Bonk 1 and 2. Nice. Those are all good titles as well. I enjoyed each one of those. Hopefully I get into the Atari Jaguar. Yes, I do have an Atari Jaguar. I don't have very many games for it yet, though, so maybe someday. Either I'll have to get an EverDrive for it, or I'll have to collect more games for it. The problem is I can never find any games for it. In person. Let's get my one up. Alright. Running start. Oh, don't fall off. Alright. Gosh darn it. Sometimes when I say God bless America, I will say that sometimes, but I'll sing it. Like I was planning on singing it all along. What in the world is wrong with that? Is this a... There we go. I didn't do anything different that time than the other three, but... Oh no, and I just realized it's not going to matter because there's no feather. And I can get all the way up there, but nope. Oh my goodness. I don't know where this leads because it's been so many years since I've been down here. And I just realized I'm not capturing, so... I have no idea where this leads. Right back to the beginning? Are you kidding me? So this means I'm going to run out of time when I get to Bowser now. What in the world? I haven't been down there in ages. I had no idea where that led. If you guys think I'm intentionally playing this bad just to get more stream views, I hope it's working because it's very frustrating to me. Oh! And I'm back to this again. Oh, you know what? I don't need to go all the way up there anyway because I've already used... Is the question mark block already spent? No. Okay, good. Oh my goodness gracious. Yep, I'll just let him hit me. Almost died there. And if I'm right, this still drops me off. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I had a thing to waste there. Oh. I'm making noises with my mouth I never thought I'd make again. Alright, here we go. Here's a chance, folks. The first chance. It's got to be the controller because it's acting like I'm not holding down the jump button. That and the downward button is really throwing me off. This controller almost just went up against the wall. If this doesn't happen, I may switch controllers, because for the love of everything, I don't know why it's doing that. See, like right there, I should be running at full speed. Those things shouldn't be able to hit me, but they do. It's like everything I've learned over the past 30 years with this game is out the window. And it's not how I imagined it. Have you guys ever thought, oh, I wish I would be able to completely forget how a game was played because then I go back into it fresh? No, I am very glad I know how to play this game already. When I went to play this game, I was like, oh, I'm going to get a nice, relaxing... It's like listening to an old record that you remember. That's the experience I thought I was going to get with this game, but oh no. Nintendo was like, oh, you want to play a game? We're not going to make it that easy for you. I'm going to have like 4.5 hours of this footage because I'm not giving up on this. And there's no way I can build up enough running speed here. But I can here. So yeah, for some reason I'm having a hard time keeping the run. Alright. This is going to be it. I'm going to beat it here. Oh, I didn't realize this is a whole... This is a different pit. Ooh. You guys notice the last one? It had the whole entire... It had the whole entire bottom open. Alright, folks. This could be it. I don't even care if he takes away my feather at this point, as long as he goes in the hole. Oh, and of course. Of course he's got to choose that moment to deviate from his pattern. Bowser, you're so predictable until I don't need you to. There we go. Criminy, that was painful. Oh. My hands are sweaty. Knees peak, palms are sweaty. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Oh. Never want to play this game again. Never again. I'm never drinking again. I mean, playing Mario 3 again. There's no better way to end the stream at this point. I might as well... I'm not even going to play the other game I was planning on. We'll do that next Monday. We'll start out with the game you'll be surprised I've never played before. This, sorry if it sounded like a what is that called? Catfishing? But also, this is my favorite Mario ending theme song ever, too, so I'm going to turn up the volume just a tad so I can hear that. Thank you, but our princess is in another castle. Just kidding, haha. Not this music. This music. Sounds a little slower paced. Dun 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 dun. I think it is slower paced than the NES version. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, those floaty things premiered in Super Mario Bros. 3. You're not seeing the whole game, but I did beat the whole game on stream once. It took the whole stream to do it, too. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, and the Hammer Bros suit. Didn't grab that. Castle of Koopa. See, they still don't make a mention of him being Bowser in this one. Oh, good. Criminy. Let's check up on the chat here. I'm gonna let this music keep playing until the end, but I'm gonna have to turn it down a little bit, because otherwise Nintendo thinks they can steal all of the ad revenue from the stream. All $1.25 that I make out of this. How many stages does Xevious have? Yeah. Has anyone gotten to the end of Xevious? I know there's a lot for an older game like that. Want to say closer to 15, but I don't know for sure. The top loader 3DO. I have the top loader as well. I actually have 2 top loader 3DOs through some happenstance. I ended up buying a game lot that also had the FZ10. I almost call it the F010, but it's the FC10 3DO, and so I have 2 of those now. I have a backup in case one fails, and those things apparently, the older ones are prone to failure. But the one I remember playing as a kid, my brother, who had the older one that moved out because he was 18 when I was 12, he had a Panasonic 3DO, the tray loader one. So, loved Wing Commander 3, I believe. I don't know if I have Wing Commander 3, but I have one of the Wing Commanders over there. And I can't see it from here. I also have Castle Wolfenstein on it. 3D. Okay, that says 16 stages, so... Okay. Can remember 3DOs, 32X on major discount for just 30 bucks, yep. Thankfully, I was able to get my 32X before they started skyrocketing in price. I got my 32X for, I want to say 30 bucks, $35. But I also got the Sega CD and Model 1 Genesis for 30 bucks as well. So all in all, I'm about 50 to 60 bucks out of that. I'm estimating the prices because I don't remember. I say in the video. Doom and Wolfenstein 3D on Jaguar. I do have one of those. I'm pretty sure I have Doom. I may or may not have Wolfenstein 3D on the Jaguar. But yes, if I do a review, I will play both of those. Actually, Christopher Lawrence, if you haven't seen my when I got the Jaguar video, I played Doom in that. And I captured it with my DVD recorder, which records at 480i. But yeah, check out my, I think I call it Atari Jaguar Found video. I think the way that I said it is I finally acquired an Atari Jaguar. Tempest 2000, yep, is also one. I believe I have that as well. That was a must-have, is what I heard. Saturn got a great port of Tempest 2000. I'll have to take a look at that. Yes, Mr. Tamia, we always put the... I need to have that on a t-shirt. Video games don't make us violent. Faulty controllers do. Hey, thanks, Cianon Ronan. Appreciate you coming in tonight. You have Tempest 4000 on the Xbox One X. You think it's good, but Tempest 2000 is a bit better. I have Tempest 4000 on the PlayStation VR. It's interesting. Although I don't play my VR much anymore. It was kind of a... That was more of a fad to me. I'm sure 20 years from now, when I go and dig it out again, it'll be like the Virtual Boy. Like, man, I don't remember why... I don't remember why I ever quit playing this, and I'll play it for an hour and be like, oh, that's why. The Jaguar, nobody wanted it. Toys R Us, remember the times? Take care as well. Princess Peach was blushing at the end, yes. Oh yeah, they added on some little things on there. Like in Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, if you guys didn't notice, the coins like explode into fireworks when you collect them. Just those little things. Thanks for the stream. Oh yeah, no problem. Great comment. Great. That's what I think that makes this so good, is that we had some good conversations in the chat. We had a lot to talk about. And I'm sure it'll come up next week again too. When I forget everything I said today and we come into the stream next week, I'll probably repeat everything just like Spawnwave. I also feel too, I don't know, what do you guys think about it when I bring up other YouTubers? Because I mean, from the impression I get, there are very few people, unless they have a partnership with them or they're like trying to gain something by partnering with another YouTuber. It's like they pretend that other YouTubers don't exist, and I have no problem acknowledging other YouTubers. I guess maybe that's something that hurts me more than anything else, but I was told at the very beginning of the stream that I need to not stream because the algorithm will be affected by that, but I had a good stream tonight. The guys next door are knocking you, I'm sorry, were mocking you because they had a Saturn and they had a Jaguar at the time. They did the math, 8-bit. I rest my case. Yes, I did, but I didn't play all the way through it. I'll probably beat it on that one. Hey, Zach, how's it going? You know, based on the game screen here, you've just caught me at the end, but I will say hi to you anyway, because we're just catching up on chat now. But the stream is almost over. I only stream for usually... My goal is to stream for 2 hours. Most of the time, I end up streaming closer to 3. So, and we're coming up on 3 hours, so I don't really have the energy in me to start another game. I beat Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3. I got to 8-3 on the original Super Mario Bros. I don't always get a chance to beat it, but... Have a good night as well, 8-bits. You're a rich guy if you still have the Saturn. Most games are $100 each now. Yes. Now, that's the thing. I collected a lot of games for the Saturn before they... I mean, they were still kind of up there in value. They always have been, but now they're... they're in GameCube price territory, even higher. So yes, $100 a piece is minimum. But thankfully, a lot of the games I've been able to collect since they've started going ridiculously high, the Japanese Saturn games are still much more affordable. That went down the wrong... Wow. That went down the wrong pipe, sorry. Took a sip of water because I knew my throat was getting dry, and I just pretended like the water was air. And just inhaled it. Hey, David Preston, welcome to the stream. Just found this? Hey, you caught me right at the end, but I usually stream starting at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time at the moment till we go to Central Daylight Time, but I'm just catching up on the chat now. I've got about 10 minutes before I usually end the stream. I just beat Super Mario Bros. 3, and if I may say so, it was one of the most ridiculous runs I've made in my life. I can usually beat this game in a half hour. Tonight, it took me close to, what was it, an hour and a half? And I used all the warps. My gosh. And I've been beating myself up over it, because usually, like I said, this was supposed to be the preview before I streamed the game I was planning on streaming tonight. So yeah, next week I'm going to be streaming a very popular Nintendo game, Super Nintendo game, that I have not played, and you'll be, and most people who've played the Super Nintendo and grew up with it will be very surprised that I've never played it. Yes, at SNES we learned don't lick the cat for Meatloaf. You finally got me to say it. Now we're at what's streaming MA? Is that our rating now? I appreciate that, Chad. Yeah, very happy to hear it. 500 plus 8-bit. When I do that, if it's cost effective to do, you need to send me just the discs. I don't need the case. When I do the Ultimate Sega Saturn review, I'll probably need some of that. Although I do have the chip that allows me to play burned games, but I don't want to burn 500 discs. See you later, Mr. Tammy. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah. Holy cow, 500 Saturn games. All right. Since those of you who have stuck this out so long and know that I'm about ready to end it, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you the game, give you a preview of the game that I've never played. The only time I popped this game in is when I first bought it. So this is by the way, this is my childhood copy of this game. This game came out in 1993, so this game is now 29 years old this year. I should be holding this with gloves and an antique thing. But anyway, and yes, this is I'm surprised it survived with it. This is the original Super Nintendo sleeve that came with this game. All of the ones I owned as a kid still have this plastic dust cover on them. But here's the game that I have never played on the Super Nintendo. I tried it once in emulation. I played through the first level, and I was like, I don't know what this game is supposed to be, but it doesn't really feel like a game I need to play. Here it is. Let's see if it works. If you guys already know what it is. There we go. I have never played this game. This is a story about Baby Mario and Yoshi. I thought I downloaded a ROM hack when I first tried to play this in emulation. No joke. I honestly thought, I'm like, this can't be Super Mario World 2. It can't be. There's no way. This game feels more different than Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES did. So it's almost like they were planning on, like, this was a different game when they first started. And if I'm right, this uses either the Super FX chip or one of the more advanced enhancement chips. This is a story about a guy who never played Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. That is correct. And I was shocked. Like, I thought I was in the majority of people who didn't like this game. But apparently, it's good. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, this is one of my favorite games. I'm like, really? This game? And then they continued the Yoshi's Island series on the DS, and so a whole bunch of the younger generation of gamers are very happy to be playing those new versions. So I'll give this a try next week, but tonight I'm almost been, oh no. Oh no. This came out the same year that Super Mario 64 came out. I will say the graphics in this game, you can tell Yoshi's pre-rendered, but the animated art style is awesome, which makes me think it has, yep, the Super FX2 chip. Thank you, Chris, and 8-Bit for telling me that. The same chip that would power Doom on the SNES. That is correct. It is really good. So, the one thing I'll have to test on here is I'll have to test to make sure the save battery still works, because this is not original in my collection. I never owned this. I didn't even rent this back in the day. I had no idea for a while after the Super Nintendo came out. I didn't know this game existed. So when I saw Super Mario World 2 on a list of games for the emulator I had back in the year 2000, I'm like, oh, I never played the second one. Sure, so I loaded it up. This popped up, and I thought, this can't be right. I literally thought to myself, I either got a ROM hack or I got a bad ROM. This is not Super Mario World, is what I thought. So I did play the first level, but I didn't realize I was playing the real game. So when I bought it, and this popped up, I'm like, oh, okay, I must have had the real game. But I've had this for like 7 or 8 years, and I popped it in to make sure it worked, but I haven't played through it. So next week, I'm going to start playing through this game. I don't know how far I'll get. I know that's why I said everyone will be surprised that I've never played this game, but I haven't. Kind of funny is that my stream looks like it's not as high crisp as this. I can tell that the upscaler's having a hard time with the graphics, it looks like. Some of the pixels are moving. There we go. So yeah, it's Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. 1995, so it came out the year before Super Mario 64. Hey, Infamous. I'm sorry, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. Took me a second. Probably your second favorite platformer on the SNES behind DKC2. Really? Oh, by the way, welcome, Heppo. You guys are catching me at the end of the stream. I'm ending a little bit early tonight, but almost at the 3-hour mark. Whoops, I let that go too quickly. So this is what I'll start next week with, because I spent almost the entire stream tonight playing... A little loud. I spent almost the entire stream playing Super Mario All-Stars, but I was only supposed to play it for about an hour, hour and a half. But Super Mario Bros. 3 kept giving me trouble. So if you guys want to go back and watch that, I highly recommend it, because you're going to see me get frustrated and almost rage quit. I won't let you know if I beat it or not. You like this a lot more than Super Mario World. Interesting. I feel like this keeps getting louder. See, that water that went down the wrong pipe has been going back and forth. Have you ever played Super Airwolf on the Sega Genesis Mega Drive? Yes, I did play that when I was prepping for the Ultimate Sega Genesis review. But I don't remember if I put it in the Ultimate Sega Genesis review. I played a lot of games for that didn't make it into the videos, because there were too many games to try to shove into those videos. That series would still be going on if I had played every game for the Sega Genesis. Yoshi's Story on N64 was meh, designed for kids, way too easy. That's why I feel like everyone was kind of do that. I do like the modern Yoshi games. Yoshi's Woolly World was very good. Yes, very underrated. Okay, I thought you were going to say you didn't like it. Does not have a Switch port. The new one, the Crafted World, is okay, but I liked Woolly World better. I was very surprised at that game. How about playing the first stage tonight? See, you guys are going to make me do it. All right. I should have been capturing this then, because I didn't capture the beginning at all. All right, encore performance. Since we got some new people joining us on the stream, we got a lot of viewers tonight, actually, and I never did. I just realized now I never got up and went to the bathroom an hour and a half ago like I needed to. Oh, this does not bode well. So, this will be good to test, because I think the save battery is dead. If the save's battery is dead, I'll replace it before the next week's stream. I'll need to turn this up. This paradise is Yoshi's Island, where all the Yoshis live. Didn't we start on Yoshi's Island in the last Super Mario World? Really enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn on your PS4 Pro. Nice. Isn't the new Horizon about to come out? Have a good one, 8-Bit. Sorry if you can't stick around for the first level. It looks like I'll have to redo the first level anyway, because I don't think the save battery is still working in this cartridge. The baby seems to know where he wants to go. The bond between the twins informs them where they're at. Yoshi's decide, carry the baby. So does Bowser kidnap baby? Is this where Bowser Jr. comes in? This does look more like a 2D platformer for like the PlayStation or the N64 than it does for the Super Nintendo. Looks very sharp. If Baby Mario falls off Yoshi's back, the countdown timer will begin. When it reaches 0, Kamek's toadies will kidnap Baby Mario. The more stars you collect, the safer you are. Countdown timer will count slowly back up to 10. Complete a stage by passing Baby Mario to the next Yoshi. Hey, Shy Guys are back. Yeah. These are like the explanation point boxes, okay? I already knew how to make... Ooh. Glad that wasn't a bottomless pit. I already knew how to make Yoshi do that because that's like his move in all the newer ones. Nice. I like that move. That's the first level. Okay, now I'm in the first level. That was a tutorial level. Press Y. Press down to eat them. Oh, I've heard this song before. I didn't know that's what this was from. Making eggs. Okay. Oh, okay, that's... You see, you guys are helping me in the chat, and I already just saw this. Also started playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on your PS4 Pro as well. Nice. Now that is one... I actually just started playing Crash Bandicoot... 4 again. The new 4, not the old 4. Special flower. Gather 5 for a 1-up. They add to your point total. I just realized there's no timer or HUD element in this game at all. What's that do? Oh, I can launch the eggs. I don't know. How did I just do that? Oop. Piranha plant. This game looks so much different. Throwing eggs. Okay, I think I just figured out how to do that. Press A once for the aiming. Press A again to go. How do I cancel? Cancel throw, press down on the D-pad. Can I carry an unlimited amount of eggs? I don't like the aiming for this. Okay. Oh, I know how to get through this. I think it's where that Yoshi uses his babies to kill for Baby Mario. Baby Mario is very evil. Kill for me! Chomp Rock is just a useful object. Push it and it will go bowling over your enemies. If it gets stuck, stand on one edge and it will start rolling. Okay. Oh, is this the origin of the red... Oh! Origin of the red... I just lost it. Origin of the red coins? I'm out of eggs. There we go. Ah, missed it. Yeah, am I doing that right? I had the feeling there's a way to get all those coins up there that I probably just didn't do right, but that's alright. Oh! Grab... Oh no. And that counts down quickly, and that baby cry is annoying. So no, I can't jump on piranha plants. Nice. Oh, okay. These platforms are more useful than they were in the other one. Each coin contains 20 red coins. There's 20 of them? Oh, gosh. I don't care to grab all of them. Yeah. Take that. I really don't like it when the baby cries. Oh, sprite rotation. Did you guys see that? I only noticed that because the Super Nintendo is not really capable of sprite rotation. Okay, that's the goal. Oh, can I shoot at those flowers in there? And do I have to wait till I get to a castle to save? Or will this save for me now? Yep, they have enough space on here so that all these sprites can animate, so that's probably the pinnacle of 2D platforming that is capable on this system. Yeah, did it just save my progress now? So if I reset, will it let me know? I mean, that's okay. To tell you the truth, though, if I had played this back in 1995, I would have been bitterly disappointed. I would consider this a kid's game. 1995, Tyler would not have been as impressed as 2022 Tyler is. Yoshi is making more Yoshis. Yes, he is. He breeds like a rabbit. Cancel the ending, just press Y. Oh, okay. Only played the OG HZD, not DLC or anything. Oh, the Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah. I think I got the Game of the Year edition eventually, so that probably had all the stuff built into it. Cloud with question mark, trying to aim with the egg. Yeah, I eventually figured that out. You need more practice with this game? Absolutely. It does look good. Have a PS5 disc version that you got last year in October. Nice, Brandon. That's very nice. If you're part of PlayStation Plus, Horizon Zero Dawn came with it. I think that was one of the PlayStation Plus collection games, wasn't it? Yes. Let me know if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Welcome to the stream, Chanik. There we go. Oh, so I got the smiley face in there. I missed your other comment. Someone said you were here, and I must have missed what you had said earlier. Yes, I'm using the RetroTink 5X. If so, have I tried it with the PlayStation 2? Yes. In fact, if you want to see some games that I played with the PS2, I did a video just November of last year where I talked about when I got my PlayStation 2. So, let me think what I'm saying. Anyway, that showed Madden NFL 2001 and Midnight Club were all captured with the RetroTink 5X. I just want to put a Pro after it, but it doesn't say Pro. You find a red flower in a cave, try to aim with the egg. Yeah, the aiming is really throwing me off. It'd be better if I could aim that arrow, but unfortunately there's not enough buttons on the Super Nintendo controller. Ooh, if I use the shoulder buttons to aim it, that'd be good. Collectathon was handled a bit better in Woolly World, where this game you have to have like a perfect run with all the features. Yeah, I was going to say 20 red coins. I'm pretty much guaranteed never to collect them. If that's a requirement, that's going to make this game very tedious. Zero Dawn Complete Edition has gorgeous graphics, visuals, and gameplay. Try it, just check to see. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to reset. This won't be a good test to see if the chip, to see if the battery save, if it's not going to automatically save after each level, I guess. See what happens. I like the look of this menu. Alright, it says it saved World 1. Now here's the official test. Power off. The cartridge has been removed from the console. There you go, to let you know I'm playing on the original cartridge. Blow into it. This doesn't mean it's not going to keep the save for at least a couple of seconds after I unplug it, but this should be a good test. Yes, I have never played this game before. Okay, it's still there. So I must have either I erased them all or whoever sold this to me erased them all. But it's never a good sign when I see that. The last time I saw a game where they were all cleared like that and there were no game saves, it was Wario Land on the Virtual Boy, and I actually did that on a video where I did that. Christopher Lawrence, it does depend on the game. No, I don't make it a point to complete a game. I actually don't even think you have to beat a game in order to enjoy it. So no, in that respect, I'm not a completionist. Thank goodness I'm not a completionist. That would have been, oh my gosh. You think I have gray hair now? Ugh, I don't know if I'd be alive if I was a completionist. Is my SNES a one-chip? The one I'm using, I have two SNESes. This could come unplugged. But the one I'm using to stream with is the SNES 2. So here it is. This is the one I'm using. So yes, this is the... I'm assuming this is the one chip. I don't think they made any of these that wasn't one chip, so... But I'm using this with the SNES, with the RetroTink 5X, and it looks great to me. And I'm not using like an RGB mod or anything. It's composite out into the upscaler, so... Looking good there. This week, the Uncharted collection comes out for PS4... I'm sorry, for PS5 and PS4 January 28th. I think I would hold off on getting that until it becomes cheaper, because I've already played and beat both of those. And here's the thing for me. I don't think there's a huge... I can't tell a huge difference between PS4 games on my PS4 Pro and the PS5. Ratchet and Clank look great, but I have a hard time... I mean, it's... You can tell in certain spots, but... Like for Uncharted, I mean, what really are they going to do to make that game so much different? How do I do live streams while playing on classic video games? Do I have to use a separate camera? I can show you guys my setup here as long as you guys promise not to copy it. But here's what I got going on here. Woo. Yeah. And this is only made possible by the fact that I finally got an external camera. I'm not just using the one on extreme close-up. Whoa! Alright, here we go. So here's the screen that I see, and back there, by the way, you see over here, that's where my Neo Geo, 3DO, and CDI collections live. But anyway, so here is the TV that I see that you guys aren't. Here's the monitor where I can check my stream, and then here it is. Here is my NES 2, RetroTink 5X. I keep wanting to say Pro. And then I have two capture cards. This is streaming, so I have HDMI come out of here. HDMI goes into the stream card, comes out into my capture card, which does not require a PC. Those are both the same thing. Here's what I use to clean the cartridge connectors. And then the streaming PC streams to you guys, and the TV can see because it's a pass-through. So that's how I do it. Because everything that I play on stream, I also capture... Oh, that needs to be fixed now. There we go. And that's still not right. There it is. There's my streaming setup. Eventually, someday I should do a video on how I do it, but... Yep, that's how I do live streams while playing on classic video game consoles. And no, I don't have to use a separate camera, but I guess... Technically speaking, to stream, I don't need 2 capture cards. If I want to capture what I stream without my commentary and without the OBS doing all the processing to it, I just use, it's called an AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2. And there's the 2 Plus. I don't know the differences between the two. I guess the one has a 4K pass-through, so if I wanted to plug in my PS5 to it, it would capture at 1080-60, but it would pass through the 4K signal unharmed. So that's what I do. And all this stuff has just been accumulated over the last, like, 5 years I've been doing this channel. So when I started out, I was using an Elgato HD. It wasn't that great. But it worked, so I was using it for a little while. It was harder than heck to get going on the MacBook, though, and it kept crashing. So I didn't use it that much. Then eventually I got the AverMedia Live Portable 2, and I was able to stream more consistently. And then after a while, I was like, well, if I can capture while I'm streaming, that would be awesome, because then I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Capture video for the videos that I do, capture games for the videos that I do, and stream at the same time. That'd be awesome. So all of today's stream was captured so that I can include the Super Mario All-Stars in the Ultimate Super Nintendo review I'm going to do later on. The Upscaler I got is my most recent addition, and that was partially brought to you by you guys, from your live chat donations. Super chats will help pay for that, so 50-50. I paid for half of it, and the super chat revenue paid for half. Thank you very much for that, you guys. So yeah, that's all I got for tonight, guys. I'm running out of steam quickly now. You can tell I'm starting to get tired because I'm rambling incoherently somewhat. So that said, I'm going to say thanks for watching tonight. We had a lot of people doing the stream tonight. You can catch me again next Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will see... Oh, hang on. One more comment. Miss Tamia says, that's awesome. Would love to do live streams while playing on the PlayStation 2. Would like to do live streams while playing on the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo Wii. Yep, I have... Well, I guess I didn't show you this, but underneath the counter, I don't know if you guys saw it too, I have an Xbox One S and my PS4 Pro hooked up down here now. In case, like, I just want to play some random modern stuff. And I always have an original Xbox, a Wii, and a Wii U hooked up. I did have my PS2 Slim hooked up, but I ran out of inputs. So when I got my OG Xbox plugged in with component cables, I also have my Wii plugged in with component cables. I kind of ran out of space. So I will probably get my PS2 Slim hooked up again. I might just hook up my PlayStation 3 backwards compatible down here. So who knows? Kingsport Tool Review. What is your top 10 Star Wars games across all platforms? Well, I guess I could say I would lump all the Lego Star Wars into one, and there's one of them. The Atari ones are kind of neat, but they're probably not my top 10. Star Wars Trilogy Arcade is up there. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Battlefront 1 and 2. I even liked The Phantom Menace on the PlayStation. And a lot of people didn't like that game. And it has some flaws. So I don't know. That'd be something I have to put more thought into, but those are just some off the top of my head that I can think of. Sadly, there hasn't really been that many since there were a ton when I was growing up, when I was in my teens and early 20s, and then everything just died off. So Jedi Fallen Order, close to top 10. That game was surprisingly came out of nowhere For the caliber of game, that is. All right, I think I caught up on the chat. I'm gonna go while the getting's good. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I do have a video coming out on Thursday. I'm continuing the Ultimate Neo Geo review, so hopefully that will be ready to go coming out this week. I'm working on the shooters and beat 'em ups. Not sure what's gonna come out first, so stay tuned for that coming out to you this week. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here on Monday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a great night. Hey, Dad72. I was wondering if you were going to get in the stream today. Have a good night as well, sir. Have a good night, everyone.